front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize Podcast, a podcast where we talk comics, movies, merchandise, and more. I am your host, Boinga Ryder, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Yeah, hey everybody, Todd McFarlane here from the Imaginary Competition to talk to you about the 1997 classic Spawn. You know, he's got so much gosh dang articulation, you're just gonna lose it for him. And the fucking sexy characters in this movie, you're not gonna believe them. Oh my man. Oh man, just make sure you get in your pre-orders and don't give any lady figures to a little boy, because he'll freak out, dude. All right, I'm done.
You're done? You good? You got that out of your system?
I did it. I did the Todd impression, everybody. We did it. We can go home now.
We can go home now? All right, bye, everybody. I have buttons.
You do have buttons. I got the buttons too.
Congratulations. But yeah, no, we're talking about the hit 1997 movie Spawn,
where New Line Cinema dared to ask the question, what if The Crow was made for kids in elementary school?
They asked the question, what if Freddy Krueger was a black guy?
What if Freddy Krueger could say the N-word?
Oh, you do realize New Line is the ones who made Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah.
New Line is often called the house Freddy built.
Yeah, It's a Disney company, isn't it?
It might be now.
I remember somebody saying, like, all the stuff they don't want you to know is Disney gets released through New Line.
No, Touchstone was that for a long while.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm totally confusing them. But, like, fucking... Yeah, Spawn! The movie based on the hit 1990s comic phenomenon that everybody remembers being super cool and epic, bro, but
only had enough story for like 12 issues stretched over 50.
And yet it's still somehow going.
Yeah, well, Todd turned it into an anthology for a bit, didn't he?
No, this is for the last Axel. But yeah, Todd, it's weird because it's like he wants to turn it into an anthology, but he always circles back around to Al and his fucking angst over not being able to be with his wife.
Which is strange because he ends this movie just being totally okay with it.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is, like, this movie has a lot of its own problems, and it has a lot of problems inherited from the Spawn comics, but it also fixes a few of the big problems. Like, Al has a fucking character and an arc, and he's, like, a decent guy in this movie. And also, like, Cagliostro isn't at all cryptic. He spends issues upon issues in the comics fucking going like, the dark, mysterious. In this, he's just coming out and saying like, yeah, here's the fucking plot. I'm gonna go talk to Al now. Let's get this shit done. We only got an hour and a half.
Spawn is a person, but he's like, it's hard to describe.
All right, so Spawn's origin. I can sum up 25 issues for you in less than a minute. Spawn is a contract killer who gets betrayed by his boss and goes to hell and makes a deal with the devil to be able to see his wife again in exchange for leading his army. He comes back to Earth and finds out that it's actually been 5 years, and now his best friend is Stupp and his wife, and they have a kid, and he's got superpowers now, and he goes and says like, well, this shit sucks. I'm gonna mope in an alley for a long time, except occasionally when I get a bug up my butt, then I'm gonna be a common writer and I'm gonna try and actually fight hell with my hell powers.
Yeah. And this is a lot quicker. It's just like, oh right, fuck all this shit. Mm-hmm. I'm killing everybody. But you know
they
what?
Don't even do the amnesia thing in here.
They do for like a minute.
Yeah, Al has amnesia for like 20 issues in the comics, and here it's just like, well, oh, that's what's going on? Oh, okay, shit. It's weird because the movie is constantly trying to have its cake and eat it too. If it's trying to hit all the big plot points from the comics, including stuff that was retconned in because it was a movie idea in the issues immediately before the movie came in to make the comic seem or the movie seem more comic accurate. But it's also because it's trying to truncate so much decompressed material into an hour and a half, it feels very all over the place.
Yeah, because it's like it takes like one plot element from every issue because that's all that
Hmm.
was relevant in the issue. So where does the clown fit in all of this? We will talk about him. Better writers have written Spawn since, and there have been more people who have taken the mantle. Yeah, there has, but it's still Al. Al is the person you think of when you think of Spawn.
Hmm. Like as much as we some people may not like him or may want to get away from him, Hal Jordan is always going to be the Green Lantern.
Yeah,
It's very much that kind of thing. He wasn't the first. He's not exactly the best, but he is the Spawn.
yeah. So the base premise is just those first few like arcs of Spawn of fucking fighting the CEO and doing all that shit and figuring out what he's lost, and it's just fucking wild.
Yeah, it's shit happens in this movie, but a lot of it is just like, wait, where are we? Oh, we're doing this now. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it is not the worst way to experience Spawn.
Mhm.
I don't think there is a worst way. You know what? No, the video game. The video game's the worst way to experience Spawn.
I was going to say the worst way might just be trying to read all of Spawn in order in quick succession, because then you're going to go cross-eyed. But
Yes, Spawn does have several superpowers, which they do not explain whatsoever in the movie.
oh, they do. They just wait until right before the third act to do it, which did puzzle me. I was all ready to jump all over this movie of like, he goes and gets guns, but the whole reason he goes and gets guns in the movie or in the comic is because he realizes that like, oh, I only have a certain amount of power. Once I use it all up, then something bad will happen to me. So I'm gonna just use guns because that'll be easier and safer in the long run. And he just goes and gets guns because that's his instinct in this movie. And I'm like, did he not realize he has superpowers? What, is he stupid? And then right before the third act, Cog shows up and he's like, hey, do you not realize you have superpowers? Are you fucking stupid, dude? We gotta have a training montage right now.
Yeah, I mean, all of his superpowers were super instinctual, including the penis belt.
Yep.
Uh, by the way, I'm not being hyperbolic with that. There is a scene where he is fighting a woman, and the belt extends out and grabs the woman's leg like a boner. Not, I mean, not like boners grab people, but like it is very erect.
I think the only boner that grabs people is Reed Richards' boner. Let's be honest.
No, 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 Plastic Man's.
Oh yeah, and the elongated man. Really, any dude with stretchy powers, you know, they just be getting real freaky up in this bitch.
Yeah, except Luffy, he's Ace.
Hmm.
Not his brother
Uh,
Ace, but he, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Uh, I tried reading Spawn in chronological order. I was miserable. Yeah, that's Spawn for you. Spawn is not a good franchise. Spawn, I actually
Spawn
really
is a
like
great
to.
poster.
I really like to liken Spawn to Power Rangers, actually, because they're both 90s franchises that look really cool, have a lot of great iconography, and everybody remembers the original bits, the big height of popularity bits, being way better than they actually are. I'm sorry, old Spawn. Actually, all Spawn, but especially old Spawn and most of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are dog shit. They just are.
Yeah. Didn't he have an animated series at one point? That is the best way to experience Spawn.
Yeah, that's the best way to experience Spawn right there. The HBO show. It's fucking good. Free seasons of tastiness.
Because it's decompressed enough that it's not just bouncing all over the place, but it is compressed enough that you're not waiting 50 fucking issues for anything to happen.
It also just gets the mood right. The lighting and the animation is really nice, and the music sets the tone really well. Unlike in this movie, where it just looks like they poured rain on actors in a fucking backlot and blasted the most butt rocky '90s music they could find.
Yeah, I will say though, I do like the alley set because it looks like an interesting place.
It does, and I like that they say right from the beginning, unlike in the fucking comics, that it's a weird, holy, supernatural place. Because in the comics, it's just a fucking alley for a long time that Spawn hangs out in, and it's like, why the fuck is this fucking Hellspawn just chilling in this alley on like a throne of garbage, being worshipped by hobos? And it's not until like I want to say issue 60 something that they say it's a holy place. It's
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
I like it, but like that's evocative idea of like this man casted out, living amongst the refuse of human society. Like
Hmm.
Spawn is an evocative idea. If you just describe it, it sounds very poetic and very interesting and gothic. But then you actually read it and you realize Todd McFarlane doesn't know how to write himself out of a fucking paper bag.
Yeah, because Al Simmons in the comics is just a fucking terrible person. And not unlike the way they keep telling you he's a terrible person, of like, oh, he fucking was a contract killer and did this, that, and the other thing, and blah, 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 blah. No, he's just a fucking idiot. He's a fucking maroon who doesn't learn his lessons and does the same stupid bullshit over and over again. And that's one thing I will give this movie credit for. Its writing at least knows how to do a fucking character arc. At the beginning of the movie, he's kind of a little bit of an asshole, and he has two big moments where he learns a lesson. The moment in the alley where he starts beating up that kid's dad for beating him, and then he's like, "Hey, don't kill my dad," and he just instantly goes like, this kid's dad is a piece of shit, but if I kill him, this kid is going to be way worse off. So I'm just going to let it be now that I've taught him a lesson. And then later in the movie, even though he's been fucking stalking them for the whole movie and really wants to get back with Wanda, he realizes, oh, if I break Wanda and Terry up, I'm going to ruin a family, and I shouldn't fucking do that. And he just lets it be.
Yeah, and it's also like I am Spawn now, and that would just fuck up everything with them.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: I also imagine he's like invited to Sunday dinner
I'd love to see that.
because
I'd,
in
I'd
my
love
head,
to have
that's
done
what
a
this
sequel just for that.
that's how this movie ends. It's not like they're like get away from us, Al. It's more of like yeah, we've been through some shit. You've grown apart. I've become this.
Mhm.
Hey, yeah, but you're still Al. I still care about you. We still care
Yeah,
about you as a person. You want dinner? Yeah,
and
I'd
that's
like
enough.
dinner.
And that's another thing about this movie is just fucking Terry and Wanda are way more likable. In the comics, Wanda is just a fucking blow up doll,
Yeah.
and in this, she seems like she has a fucking career going on and she's doing shit and she's a person with thoughts and feelings. And in the comics, Terry is just kind of a cryptic asshole who always secretly hated Al. And here, it's very brief. There's not a lot of it, but you do get a bit of a vibe that they were buddies and that him falling in love with Wanda was not something he planned for. It just kind of happened. And now he's trying to do the right thing by exposing Jason Wynn. In
Yeah.
the comics, when he does that, it almost feels like he's doing it begrudgingly. Like, fuck, I guess it's the right thing to do, man.
So what you're getting is Spawn is like Deadpool without any of his charm to an extent.
Especially with Clown hanging around him, which we haven't talked about Clown at all. So I guess,
The Violator.
yeah. So John Leguizamo as Clown, very faithful adaptation of the comic book character.
Oh, he looks great.
All his dialogue is very much what Clown would be saying and doing. It's just a goddamn shame that I fucking hate Clown. Clown is
Yeah.
the most annoying fucking comedy relief side character slash main henchman I've ever seen in fiction.
Also, by the way, that is that is the thing we were getting to a bit ago, you know. Axel, you were talking about the clown.
Yeah,
Uh
Clown is basically Malbolgia, which is Todd's
no,
name for the devil.
Violator. Clown is
No, no, no,
Violator.
no. I was saying he's Malbolgia's
Oh,
right-hand
okay.
man, and he's here to make sure Spawn does what Malbolgia needs him to do to kick off the war between heaven and hell. And so he's constantly there, like joking
Poking the
and
bear.
berating and vibing with him, and just going like, hey man, why don't you do the fucking thing you want to do? It's totally not gonna have bad repercussions for you." And then he's also going to the villain and being like, "Hey, go do this plot point, do this plot point. It'll set up the devil's plans, and you think you're in with the devil, but you're actually not." Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which
yeah.
can we fucking talk about Martin Sheen in this goddamn movie?
Yes, Clown is visible to others.
Yeah,
Clown is a
yeah.
physical entity.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of people talk to Clown in this movie, but
Yeah.
Martin Sheen as Jason Wynn, probably the most like slimy and disgusting that man has ever seen, and he didn't even have to put on much makeup.
No. He just had to
He's
dye
just
his hair extra dark.
he's just like a fucking cartoon caricature of a fucking paramilitary CEO guy.
Yeah.
And
Uh
in that way, it's kind of good. It's kind of accurate to the comics, but in a fucking big budget action movie, it's a little like, holy shit, dude.
yeah. Here's the thing. There's parts of the movie where I go like, "Oh, that looks actually pretty cool." Like the Violator costume, like the clown. Like, yeah, that
Hmm.
looks solid. That's good practical effects. The
The
practical
practical effects in this movie ain't half bad.
No, the practical's pretty good. And then you have little things like a thing I posted in my Discord server when I started watching it was there is a close up on a prop gun, and on it is 2 bits of black form corkboard just glued on like they're supposed to be buttons, and it's just like that is the cheapest fucking
True.
thing I have ever
True,
seen.
but I do also admire that there's very little real guns in this movie.
Yeah,
A lot of the guns are like custom made sci-fi looking image guns. Like in the final scene, fucking Terry has a big old like cable pistol, and it's the funniest thing ever.
yeah. I mean, they really went out of their way to make it look like the comics,
Hmm.
which is commendable in its one way.
But then
Jesus Christ, that was so
you
dumb.
get to hell. Then you get to hell.
Then you get to hell, and it's like that one Rush music video where it's just them on green screens being floated around.
Yeah, with the fucking um the goddamn Spawn army that's just gyrating around in the background the whole time.
Oh
It
man,
looks I think I said to you in the pre-show that it looked like a fucking N64 game, and
yeah.
it's and like what to the fucking insult to injury with that is, do you want to guess who voices Malbolgia?
Who?
Frank Welker.
Shit. Fuck.
Wasted. They utterly wasted my man in this movie. It doesn't even sound like he's trying. It sounds like he walked into the booth, went, "All right, what do we got here? Oh, this doesn't make
Oh,
any
big scary
goddamn
demon
fucking
guy.
sense."
All right,
Okay,
yeah, I
yeah.
got that. I am Malbolgia.
Yeah, it's like, I love Frank Welker. I cherish that man. He is a fucking national voice acting treasure. But like, I could have done that voice, Frank.
Yeah. Uh,
And Spawn's Cape. I know you said you liked it.
I here's the thing. I like the concept of it. I don't like the execution of it. I like it
Mhm.
looking weird and supernatural and otherworldly and big and like always moving. They did not have the technology to nail it.
Yeah, I think it's fucking ugly. It looks like the fucking Power Rangers movie Megazord. It's that badly integrated into the real world. And
Like,
like, I get it, limited by the time, and like the CG in this movie is ambitious for its time, but like, ambition does not equal quality.
yeah,
There's one shot where I like it, and that's the shot that's clearly just like, all right, let's recreate a comic splash page here where he's fucking standing on the gargoyle and it's blowing against him.
yeah. There's that one. And also the final one where he's on the top of the roof is okay. Okay, I'm
It's
not
not
saying it's
great.
great. It's okay.
It's not great. But
And
I do
falling down
like
the
it.
ballroom is interesting. It's not perfect, but like I see what they
That's
were
the
going
one where
for.
I'm really like, woo, dude. You should
Like,
not have put this much shit in this room.
there's a lot of little bits of this. It's just like you can see they cared. There were parts of this movie where they cared a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then there's characters like Jessica Priest, who is simply there just to be a hot lady who gives Al shit all the time and then gets killed. I did a little bit of research. Apparently, she was supposed to come back later in the movie as a Hellspawn and have a big climactic final battle with him, but they decided not to and just wrote her out of the movie there. They decided that ballroom fight would be the end of her character, which makes it really weird because then after that, nobody ever mentions her again, even though it seemed like she was a regular coworker of Al and Terry's, and like they'd be at least a little fucked up by the fact that she gone now.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I thought, oh, she's supposed to be like an angel, and she's doing angel shit.
You'd think, no, she is a character that was made up for the movie and retconned into the comics just in time to make it appear comic
Well,
accurate.
I mean, here's the thing. They couldn't use the real character that killed Al Simmons. Because remember, this was the time when everyone owned their own characters at Image. And they
Mm-hmm.
were trying to make a universe, and boy, did that not work.
Yeah.
Because originally the person who killed Al was who was it? It was from live,
one of the Bloodborne guys,
yeah, one
right?
of the
Or not
Liefeld
Bloodborne.
characters.
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know Liefeld lore. I know Pouchman and I know Badrock, and that's about it.
Uh,
Um, there is an Angela cameo in this
I did not
movie.
notice it.
She's in one shot in the ballroom scene.
Okay.
There's a lady in a green dress with red hair, and she got the big dumb Spawn logo earrings.
Okay. I will say this: it's not a bad version of the Spawn costume. It is a lot more symmetrical in here, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of costumes, if I don't mention it, somebody gonna get onto my ass. Jessica Priest's costume ended up getting reused in a show we've talked about a few times before on the channel. Do you know what show it is?
No,
Power Rangers.
really,
Yeah, the Jessica Priest costume ended up being Astronoma's costume in Power Rangers in Space.
the skin tight, sexy costume.
Yep.
All right.
That's what the main baddie of In Space who gets redeemed at the end of that season was wearing.
This movie is just not great.
Yeah. This is like here's the thing. I like this movie because it's kind of it's enjoyable in like a stupid way. I wouldn't call it so bad it's good, but it's also like it's not something I could recommend to people. It's like either you have to have grown up with it or you have to be able to ironically enjoy it because you got too much fucking comic knowledge in your brain like
Yeah, it's
me.
so bad it's good if you are a comic book fan and you know the history and you know the backstage stuff. Yada
Mhm.
yada yada yada. This is just dog shit if you're not like
Mhm.
into any of that. And like when people say like, "Oh, this movie's dog shit," I just go like, "No, it's not," because Spawn exists. That movie's dog shit.
Yeah.
Steel is dog shit. Those are actually bad movies.
Hey, don't you say that. Don't you fucking anger Tim.
Uh, what is he gonna throw a Papa John's pizza at me?
Oh man. It's fucking incredible that they wanted this movie to be a big hit, that they marketed this towards families.
Oh yeah, because I don't know about you. I sent you a version of the movie of the director's cut, which was R-rated.
Mhm.
But it was theatrically released as a PG-13 movie.
And they were like, go to McDonald's and get your Spawn toys, kids.
Actually, I think it was a collaboration with Taco Bell.
Probably. I don't know. I don't actually know. This movie came out when I was like 3 months old, so
90s Captain America is a masterpiece. Isn't that the one where he commits Grand Theft Auto?
I think so. I think
And they
so.
have the rubber ears?
Yeah. Oh man.
I
What a
will say
classic.
though, the guy who plays Spawn, Michael J. White, great guy.
Hmm. You
He
know,
does
Michael J.
great in
White
them.
is an incredible actor.
I think every person who was casted in this movie did as best of a job, other than Frank Welker, best of a job what they can with the scripts.
I will say a little bit of his delivery in this movie specifically, though, does sound like he's delivering lines for a Spawn video game.
Yeah, but
But it's not bad.
like everyone knows this is a big dumb goofy comic book movie, and
You
they're
know, I keep
playing it.
comparing it to stuff. I just realized what it most reminds me of.
Hmm.
This movie feels like an episode of Goosebumps.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Like it's fun, it's enjoyable. If you're a kid, it makes you feel like you're watching something a little bit naughty. But if you take a real critical eye to it, you're gonna be like, "What in the goddamn is happening here?"
yeah.
And it's got that kind of supernatural vibe to it too.
The, Spawn is a franchise. I said this before the show to you that if you had like a competent writer reboot it from the ground up with all the concepts and ideas, it could be one of the most interesting in-depth looks at the human condition through weird supernatural superhuman bullshit. But it's not because it was written by Todd fucking McFarlane who just wanted to make action figures.
Yeah. I can't wait for another 20, 30 years when Todd's dead and we can see that happen though.
Like imagine Shin Spawn. Like we have Shin Kamen Rider, Shin Spawn.
Mm-hmm. That's gotta happen. One of these days. Did you ever read the reboot of Glory that came out in the 2010s?
No.
Uh you know who Glory is, right?
No.
She was Image's, I forget who created her, but she was Image's attempt at a Wonder Woman in the middle of the 90s. And it was really not good. But eventually in the 2010s, somebody did a reboot book that was actually really fucking cool and did like the crazy warrior culture Wonder Woman take years before Max Landis or anybody else. And it's fucking great.
Did
You ought to give it a
Spawn
shot.
ever cross over with Marvel? No, they Spawn has crossed over with DC.
Spawn and most early image characters probably will never cross over with Marvel because of the way Image started.
The only one that has was Invincible.
Yeah, and even then I wouldn't call him an early image character.
No, he is definitively post-wave Image because there's like first wave, second wave, and then they realize, oh, we're not doing superheroes, we're just doing self-published books. Angela doesn't count.
Angela is not a crossover. That's a character getting fucking ported over.
That's Neil Gaiman pissing in Todd McFarlane's Cheerios.
Yeah, no. You're wrong. Sorry, Aki. That's a different thing.
What?
If Angela showed up and she started referencing shit from Spawn, be different. But no, she's fucking Thor's sister in the Marvel universe.
Was her trans lesbian girlfriend from the Spawn books, or is that Marvel original?
I don't know enough about Angela to say.
Because like that's part of Angela's like whole kit and caboodle in the Marvel books. Is like she was taken
I also
away.
ain't been keeping up with Angela since she came over to Marvel.
Yeah, like she was taken away as a baby, raised in like a separate area. That's supposed to. That's kind of like Marvel's version of Spawn's heaven. But there's only women kind of thing. Or like only women are allowed to use magic kind of thing. And she falls in love with a trans woman and like she transes her gender so she can like I'm not like I don't remember all of it, but
By she transes her gender, do you mean she magically makes her a cis woman?
the girlfriend, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say cis woman. She makes herself a woman. I don't know if it's just magic cosmetic surgery or magic hoo-ha surgery, but like last time you read Angela was time she was Queen of Hell. I think she might still be. It's been a while since I've seen Hell.
Yeah, what the fuck going on with Marvel Hell right now?
I don't know. We'll get into Thor and stuff in a bit though.
All right.
Spawn
Yeah, it was a
interesting.
time. It was a little before our time, but it's an interesting time in comics
Yeah,
and
I
pop
think I
culture
still
to
live.
look back on.
I think I still lived in Germany when this came out in theaters
Oh,
because I lived in Germany for the first 3 years of my life. So
I always forget about that shit, and then you whip that out, and I'm like, oh yeah, right.
yeah, I didn't have a hot dog till I was like 5.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Because any of the hot dogs we would have gotten in Germany would have been in the commissary. For
Mm.
people who aren't aware, military bases have a civilian esque, and soldiers go there too. But it's a grocery store. But anytime they would have things come over from America, a lot of times it was freezer burnt because it's just been in cold freezer and crossing the ocean and everything. So they weren't great, you know.
Mm.
And hot dogs in Germany weren't hot dogs; they were like basically Vienna sausages.
Yeah, I was gonna say you was living in Germany. You didn't have many good sausages.
No, we had sausages aplenty. It was just hot dogs.
Okay, okay.
But Spawn,
Spawn.
why are we talking about hot dogs?
Two men can't talk about their love for hot dogs. Come on, that's
Hot dogs.
fucking that's got to be some kind of ist right there, Boingo or Buster or whoever I'm talking to. I don't know.
Uh,
Fucking Todd has ruined my brain again.
Solid practicals. I think we can all agree on.
Hmm.
Um,
Very cool car chase explosion in this movie.
yeah. There's a lot of little. Here's the thing. Part of me kind of just wants to go through the movie and re-edit it, and I think you can make a better movie.
It's entirely possible.
Damn that Todd and his McFarlanes. Like, here's the thing. This opens on a just giant exposition dump that I'm just going like, you don't need this.
Yeah.
We can pick all of this up from context clues.
And then halfway through the movie, they have a big old flashback montage about Al's life because they're like, oh shit, that's right. We need to make it clear that this man was with this woman and that he loved her. So we're just going to show images of them hanging around and being all sexy together and saying the most generic romance lines ever.
Yeah. Also, there's a moment where Al gets flashbacked to stuff we have already seen in the movie. That I'm going like, you could have made that like a couple frames and make it very like quick and evocative. But no, it's like a full minute of, hey, here's the thing we just watched. Al, A-L.
Al Simmons, that be the Spawn Man name.
But I'm also
also the credits suck ass, both the opening and ending.
God.
I hate them so much. They look like a fucking shitty version of the 2005 Time Vortex.
Can Spawn die? Yes, Spawn can die.
That is a thing he can do.
I think it's said in the movie that if his head is cut off, he'll die, and if he runs out of power, he'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Cagliostro. Every time he showed up on screen, he glowed green, and I'm just sitting here going, like, why is he glowing green?
It's because he's a Spawn, and they revealed that like 50 issues later in the comics after this movie came out. But Todd already had it in his head.
But I'm just sitting here going, like, but he's already coming into frame like a creepy cryptic dude. You don't need the green. He's already interesting looking.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, just the green glowy effects in general in this movie also give me that Goosebumps vibe.
The green glowy effects just feels like season 1 Power Rangers.
A little bit.
Like it was done at the last minute.
So actually, this does look better than Power Rangers. I'll give it that.
Yeah. God, you know what this deserves? This should be in a double feature with the American Guyver movie.
Oh, not even the good one too. You give them the first one.
Yeah, but like you can see, like if it had a little bit more Guyveriness in it, it could be better.
A little bit.
This is an American blockbuster that should have been a tokusatsu.
Yeah,
that's what this movie is.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get Todd on his deathbed so that Blumhouse can actually get moving on the fucking good Spawn movie that they keep claiming they're gonna make.
Oh man, Spawn 2 could have been Pete Guyver by Guyver logic. Yeah,
it's entirely possible. Especially with Al coming to dinner, like you said.
Did we just open on them eating dinner? And I'll just go like, "This is awkward. I'm sorry." He's like, "No, no, no, no. It's fine. You eat. Look, I don't need to eat. I'm a hell spawn."
And Cog's sitting right next to him, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, dude. This is the best meal I've had in 200 years."
What is this? Salt and pepper. You spoil me.
This meat's not rotten? What the fuck?
Oh, God. Hi, Todd. We'll write a better spawn than you ever could.
Also, the dog was cute. No notes no notes on the doggo. Good doggo.
Dinner with Spawn is what superhero movies need right now. True.
Also, yes, notes on the doggo. Maybe don't name your doggo a word that is very rude to disabled people.
It's rude. It's rude to disabled people in England. It wasn't really that in America yet.
Mm.
The whole sequence sounds like a sequence of Japanese drama called The Last Cop. Oh, God. Do we have anything else we want to talk about Spawn?
Nah, this is fun. This movie is very fun to talk about. It's not very fun to watch. I watched this while editing components last night, and I just felt half of my brain melting.
God. Oh, yeah, Malbosian never moves his mouth. He's just like,
yeah, they just do close while he's talking.
It is ridiculous.
Jesus.
You ready for
so? How about the news? Let's news it up,
everybody.
News slop. Or the news slop in my news trough.
Oh my God, news in my entertainment podcast.
Yum yum! Give me the news. Yum.
Oh my God, are you a little piggy boy wanting the piggy boy news?
Oh yes. Can you tell I've been watching some more news again?
Hey, some more news is good.
Yeah, some more news is a solid show. It's like the YouTube version of Last Week Tonight.
Yeah. Which means it can go a little bit more unhinged, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I certainly like its ending gags a lot better than Last Week Tonight's.
Yeah, Last Week Tonight feels like they feel like, oh, we have a budget, we have to do something interesting.
Yeah. The only one I ever really liked on Last Week Tonight was when they set up the fake church.
Honestly, kind of. I don't even watch the final gags. I just watch the news segment of him just going like, this is the thing that's happening. It's kind of fucked, ain't it? Yeah. Like I just recently watched the one on freight trains.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Though that ending gag was spectacular, actually.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, because they fucking hired a group of classic Thomas fans to make a fucking Thomas miniature sequence based on a rail accident.
That's great. Hey, you ready to talk about news? All the links are open now.
All right, let's news it up.
So Insomniac has reportedly been ransom hacked. Who claim they have information on the Wolverine game. Hackers also claim to have info on former and current employees at the studio, including Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah, I've not been keeping up with this too closely. I've caught like bits and bobs about it. Apparently they're like making vague threats about releasing the information now. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't a video game man. What do you know about this?
That's all I kind of know either, but it is a ransom hack, which basically they hack into the system if they give us money or we will release information.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all kinds of fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of rude. Like I have my own hangups about leaking information in general when there's no ransoming going on, but it's fucking being like give me money so that I don't spoil your videos game. That's stinky.
It's also doxing employees.
Yeah.
The other games got leaked, but they don't know how valid they are. True.
Yeah, don't dox people. Doxing people's pretty mean, dude.
Doxing. Fuck these kind of hackers. There's some hackers that are like dope, that are just trying to make people safer. These hackers are dipshits.
Yeah, hack the planet. Don't hack Ubisoft.
There's a guy I've actually seen a couple YouTube shorts of. He's popped up in my feed. Who was a social engineering hacker for Blizzard before they really became shitheads. And he was describing like how he would like check their security, and like what he would do is he would fucking emails like, "Hey, I'm thinking of trying to apply and going for a job at Blizzard. What are some good restaurants near me?" And like he would get answers, and he's like, "That's the worst thing you could have done, because now I can go to a restaurant that these employees are going to and fucking copy their ID card so I can get into the building."
Ooh.
Yeah. Pirate software, I think is called. His channel's called.
Interesting.
Do you think Hulk and Hawkeye will ever team up again? Not anytime
Probably.
soon. Not anytime soon. Right now.
In the MCU or the comics?
In the comics, not right now, because remember, Hulk is in Southern Gothic land.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, everybody going to team up again. Eventually, we'll get Marvel versus DC too.
But Marvel Studios, what if season 2 episode titles? Let's open Instagram.
They're just in the article there, dude.
They are they? I was gonna get the photo, so it looked pretty.
That's fair.
Yep. Are as follows: what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas? What if Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster? What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper, which is going to be a sequel to the previous season's episode? What if Kahori reshaped the world? I don't... What if Hela found the 10 rings? What if the Avengers assembled in 1602?
Yeah,
we're getting 1602?
Yeah, dude!
What if Strange Supreme intervened? Okay. We're getting 1602 in the MCU, probably not. At this point in time, the actors are probably just going to be in very different places until like an Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, 1602? Are we going to get culturally appropriated Captain America?
Let's fucking go, dude.
Let's fucking go. I hope to God it's like has a slightly different animation than the rest of the season.
Honestly, that and Happy Hogan Saving Christmas are the only 2 episodes I'm actually interested in.
Yeah. I'm interested in Strange Supreme intervening because like Strange Supreme was a cool character from season 1.
Yeah. Also, it at least sounds like they're not going to do another big dumb team up at the end of the season.
No.
Please actually stick to the what if format this time.
Wait a second. If they're doing 1602, you know who's very important characters in 1602?
Strange.
The X-Men.
I think they're going to skirt around them.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's too early, dude.
Yeah. Sounds like a classic Marvel what if story. Just sounds fun. Yeah, this sounds fun.
Yeah.
We got another trailer for Echo.
Yeah, and they got the voiceover man in for this one, so you know it's serious times now. Also, the fucking release date changed. I think it was going to come out a little later in January. Now it's dropping on the 9th. All of it. They're dropping all 5 episodes of this on a fucking Tuesday.
So there's no what if the other half got snapped by Thanos. No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we do. Isn't there also like a bit where we see Daredevil?
Yeah, there's a little bit of Daredevil. A lot of violence.
I ain't skimming through it. 5 episodes.
They basically threw in every shot with blood. I imagine will actually be in the show.
5 episodes on 6. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's fine that they're releasing all the episodes at once, because this feels like them going like, hey, this is kind of a continuation of the Netflix idea.
Yeah, though dropping it all in the middle of a fucking work week is a weird choice.
Yeah.
Maybe like this is, if you're going to drop all the episodes of stuff, and you should probably do that on like a Friday or a Saturday.
When does Netflix do it?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Netflix drops too much.
That's fair.
Wait a minute.
Maybe we'll get that in season 3. Yeah, you know what? Actually, maybe we will get that concept, because that is a good enough concept.
Actually, tell a lie. The last chunk of The Crown just dropped last Friday, and I watched that. So.
Fridays make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daredevil, Echo. I've been hearing good things about the Echo show.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I hope it's good. It looks
yeah,
all right.
and apparently it's going to be on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Hmm. Oh, and also because of all the blood and guts in this show, they're saying they specifically put in the trailer you got to change your Disney Plus settings to TVMA to be able to watch this.
Yeah, that's also probably why they're putting it on Hulu, just because
Hmm.
of things like that. But yeah, Echo, cool.
Echo, echo, echo.
Freshman year has officially been renamed Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, as we got a lot more concept art from the show.
I think all of this we saw before the Comic Con,
Uh,
like I think last year actually. But yeah, it's been renamed to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which makes me think they took another look at this and they went, oh, this really doesn't line up with the MCU, does it? All right, it's its own thing now. Fuck it.
can I just say though, fuck yeah, Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's looking fine. It's looking a little stiff, but I think this art is meant to evoke the '60s cartoon, which was
Hmm.
very stiff.
And I think it'll look really good in motion with modern animation techniques. I think
Yeah,
this is just like control art. You got to remember.
yeah, we saw this art before. Okay, but yeah, no, we have three of the alt identities of Spider-Man here. We don't have Ricochet.
I
Daredevil's,
think Daredevil and Spider Man always team up, dude.
yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah, they're fucking bros.
They're bros. Yeah, no, looks neat, looks cool, looks cool. Good name. Warner Brothers and Tubi have signed a deal to bring all the DC movies to Tubi to stream for free, including new releases like The Batman.
So, if it wasn't clear that Warner Brothers was in financial trouble and that the streaming boom is fucking over already, here's a big fucking nail in the coffin, boys. Like
Yeah,
I don't think Warner Brothers is going to collapse in on itself as some other people seem to be thinking they are, but I do think it's possible they could file for a restructuring bankruptcy before the end of next year.
yeah, they're
Cuz
definitely
just
going to want to restructure, and that's
I'm
probably going to be for the worst.
yeah, I'm sorry, but Aquaman 2 is going to have to make a lot of money to save that whole company.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to affect DC. I think DC
Yeah,
is
DC
being
Studios
treated.
is its own company now, so it's safe.
Yeah, I mean DCU entirely. So it's safe. It's just a parent company. Which you know what? Sure.
Hmm.
They, eh, it's just a lot of things. James Gunn confirms a unique DC Elseworlds logo will be made.
I fucking called it, everybody. You're welcome.
I mean, it's probably going to look like the classic Elseworlds logo.
Yeah, but like basically in this thread from Freds, because that seems to be James Gunn's social media outlet of choice these days, a fan asked him basically like, "Hey, are you guys going to be changing up the logo? Because you kind of had an old stanky logo for a little while, and it would make sense to change it with going into a whole new era." And he's like, "Yeah, we're working on that." And they were like, "Hey, what about Elseworlds? Is that going to have a specific logo just for it?" And he's like, "That is the plan." And I'm
Cool.
like, that's exactly what we thought way back when this fucking shit got announced. Well, we were when we found out certain stuff was going to be Elseworlds, we were like, all right, there needs to be a specific logo for it, and yeah, it's happening.
Yep. I have you. My face is not hidden from the internet. It has been revealed.
That's true.
Alrighty. DC's Green Arrow is going to become ongoing.
Yep. The book that started as a 6 issue mini got expanded out to a 12 issue mini is now just officially an ongoing because it's been selling so well, which is fucking wonderful. You don't see that too often these
Yeah,
days.
usually it's just like, is it a good comic? Yes, it is very
Yeah,
good. We've both been
I
reading
like
it.
it. I think you need to know a little bit about Green Arrow going in
Mhm.
to appreciate it, but it is a good book.
Have his own show at one point? Yes, it was
Man had his
terrible.
own universe at one point.
Yeah,
It
his.
sucked.
I mean, he was basically that universe's Batman. He wasn't Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Green Arrow. The book has been great. Glad to see it continue.
Hmm.
DC announces Batman Dark Age from Mark Russell and Mike Allred. Oh my god, they're
They're
adapting.
doing the Superman Space Age thing, but with Batman.
I wonder if it's going to be the same guy. That looks
Uh,
like the same guy from that book.
it might be the big blurb about this doesn't really focus on that. They're emphasizing that this is set against real world events. It's a new origin for Batman set against real world events.
Green Arrow stronger than Hawkeye. I'm trying to remember because they did have a no. Hawkeye is better because he cucked Green Arrow with Black Canary and JLA Avengers.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that. I mean, Ollie's kind of a dumbass.
I'm not even kidding. That is a real thing that has happened in comics. Superman Space Age was good. And I don't know, the way I pitched it to you after the first issue was, hey, it's one of the universes that got destroyed in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Mike Allred. He's one of my favorite comic book artists. Look at this shit. It looks amazing.
It looks very evocative of like the original Batman issues, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of that one Mad Monk issue where he got his face above the castle.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool looking.
Yeah.
Glad to see it happen. DC to introduce a surprising new version of the Justice League.
All right, so clickbait title aside, they announced a big silly thing for April. They're doing an Ape Real special that is just all of the ape characters together in a big one shot.
That's cute.
You got fucking Monkey Prince, you got Beppo the Super Monkey, you got Detective Chimp, you got Gleek. I think there's a couple others who are going to be on this team.
Isn't that the detective from Gorilla City?
Yeah, that's I forget.
That's not
I forget
Detective
the other guy's
Chimp,
name. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the article, but like, yeah, and they're gonna be fighting all the monkey villains too. Fucking Ultra Humanites there. I'm actually kind of excited for this.
Sam Simeon.
Yeah, Sam Simeon. Monkey Superman has been around for longer than you or I have, Buster. Look up Beppo the Super Monkey.
But it's a fun, cute idea.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's pretty fucking good right there.
That's good.
Who drew that? Who's the best artist at DC right now?
I can't read their name. It's too tiny. Like this is some good shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. CIA. He may be in the background.
Yeah. He's probably around somewhere. He might get a cameo.
But man, this is gonna. I would love to see Monkey Prince just go like, I'm not an ape though. I'm not a monkey. I'm a dude. You look like a monkey. That's complicated. There's a complication here. Oh, well, yeah. Well, who's your dad? The Monkey King. Oh, so you're a monkey. Fuck. This is gonna be cute. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Hot Toy Spider-Man 3/16 scale Spider-Man black suit. Look, it's Bully McGuire.
Yeah, look at him, boys. You can pay fucking what, $250 to have your boy bully the other $250 boys. Aren't you excited? I'm glad they gave him that head sculpt.
You can make him do a little silly dance.
You go and put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah. Bully McGuire. That's cool.
That's a good Venom effect.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember if that actually happened in the movie, though.
No, it didn't. No,
Okay.
no, it may have happened in the church.
Maybe during the bell scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It's a Hot Toys.
Yeah. It's a Hot Toys. But hey, we had a Marvel Legends stream this week.
We did.
It happened on a fucking day when I had a work event, so I had to like fucking not be on my phone and wait to watch it back later at lunchtime.
Ben has just from 2018 Movieverse. Yeah, it just looks like a reuse. It's fine.
Yeah. But first off, they showed us the physical prototype for Red Widow here. She was the fan vote figure this year, and she looks fine.
Yep.
I don't know anything about this character. And then they went into, hey, we're doing some MCU re-releases of figures that most of you already have, but this might be like a good way for us to get some extra money from casuals. I mean, help new collectors catch up. So here's Iron Man Mark 45, I think this is.
LVXXXV.
I don't fucking read Roman. It's the one he wore in fucking Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh.
And Iron Spider.
Yep. I hate that.
Still don't got the Waldo legs.
I hate that that's now everyone's understanding of Iron Spider when the red and gold suit is just like superior Iron Spider.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that costume personally, but I will agree it's better than the fucking MCU version.
Yeah, it looks rough. It looks old.
That Iron Spider is from the year the movie came out, Buster.
Yeah. We got a comic book, Sam Wilson.
Yep, Falcon Cap is going to be coming as a Target exclusive in spring of next year, and I have to admit, stream peaked early for me. This is the thing I'm the most excited about because I saw this, like they've done him before, but they didn't give him his wings, and it was a lot of like reuse of another figure, and it was in a Toys R Us exclusive free pack because yeah, it was back when Toys R Us was still around. So to see a modern figure of this look, I was like, yeah, damn it, this is the look I like for Sam.
I may have to,
I could try and get a.
if I got it, I have to paint the wings some more because they just look very blank.
That's fair. But like there's a lot of intricate paint work on the body, so but yeah, this is my Sam. I'm going to be getting this guy. And it makes me retroactively want to go back and get that new Bucky cap that came out earlier this year and just have a fucking whole Captain America core on my shelf because I got classic Steve, I got Peggy from What If, and I got U.S. Agent because I don't think they've ever made a specific John Walker Captain America. But
Yeah.
get this guy, get Bucky. Ooh, I'd be set. I'd be
Yeah.
so set. I'd be
Yeah.
set.
Looks great. Looks really good. I
Yeah.
love how dynamic the wings look.
Mhm.
We got
Stevel. They're fucking making Stevel. They even called him Hail Hydra Captain America on the stream.
yep, first Stevel fig.
Mm-hmm. Gotta admit, I do actually really like this costume. I remember being really excited for this book when it first got announced back in the day. And like, here's the thing. Um, Secret Empire is dog shit. But I think Nick Spencer's Captain America run, the like Sam Wilson stuff, is great right up until Steve says Hail Hydra.
I think
That's where it goes bazonkers.
here's the thing. I don't think Secret Empire is the worst thing in the world. I think it just has poor execution. It has a neat idea. It has a neat want to tell a story. I just think the way it got told through editorial mandates, through the books it had to sell, do all that different things, muddied the water.
Yeah, it's a great concept, but it was very shoddily executed, and it kind of ruined a great run. But those early issues are still good, and so I have a lot of love for this design and the Sam Wilson Captain America design. And if I didn't mention it already, just like how Sam is going to be a Target exclusive, this guy is going to be the Walmart exclusive for spring of 2024.
I do like how they gave him an evil face. They're not
Yeah.
saying like this is Cap, this is no, this is evil Cap, this is Stevel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice, you know. X-Men 97 toys. We got some more looks.
Second wave of the retro collection, which was preemptively revealed on Marvel.com.
We got some Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
With some great shadow on the face.
Yeah, the face, torso, and tail are all reuse of the Wendigo Wave figure that came out in 2019, but the limbs are actually all new because they made him pinless, and they made his boot and glove details sculpted in. So it is a solid upgrade. I would have liked to have seen a whole new sculpt, so he could have maybe had, like, fucking butterfly joints and a ball waist, but as is, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks pretty good. We got Executioner.
A character I think I've only ever heard of in a comic pop video, but apparently is going to be big in the revival show.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what he looks like in the comics, but I look at this design and I'm just like, that just looks like a Bloodborne character, dude.
Yeah. With like a Mega Man hand.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, we got gay suit Magneto
Fucking
hitting the club.
serving it up, Magneto.
This
Good,
was when
good,
he was
good
trying to be a
guy,
good guy. Yeah,
Joseph.
good guy Joseph.
Yeah. Uh, that's probably what they're going to be doing with him in the show. And like, it's not 100% accurate to the comic look,
No.
but it's probably close enough for a lot
You
of
know what? For
people.
the first time, I think having a traffic cone cape is a good idea, just so you can do this pose.
Yeah, that's also why I've never given my Doctor Strange a cloth cape, even though I think he'd probably look better with it. There is just every once in a while where I want to do that fucking floaty pose.
Which is cool. Yeah, look, it looks dope. Joseph Magneto.
Hmm.
We got Jean Grey and one of my favorite suits of hers.
Yeah, one of her worst costumes, but they did an all new sculpt for it to better represent the animation, which is neat, I guess. Though it's weird that she doesn't have any torso articulation.
No, yeah, you could have gotten more. I like the costume. You have a bad opinion. Cyclops in one of his best costumes.
Yeah, like this isn't my favorite Cyclops costume, but I can appreciate it, even though it is very goofy and very of its time. It's a superhero costume, whatever. And it's got good color coordination, and it's on the Vulcan body, which they did for the VHS release of Cyclops, but that figure had a lot of cell shading on it, and this is a release without the cell shading. And I'm also pretty sure that figure didn't come with the alternate optic blast head. So if this is your preferred look for Cyclops, this is probably going to be the best version of this look we've gotten in Marvel Legends for a while. So I would recommend
This
getting
is also
this.
the Cyclops that is in the original Marvel vs. Capcoms.
Yeah,
This isn't
I'm just waiting to get like a friggin' Krakoa or a classic Cyclops on this
like a
body.
condom suit Cyclops.
Yeah, I don't love the classic suit, but I do like it better than this suit.
Then we got Goblin Queen.
Yep, they said it couldn't be done at retail. All we needed was a fucking current cartoon release and a much less skimpy costume.
Yeah,
And I saw some people complaining about this, going like, "Oh, they couldn't give her to us because the HasLab failed, but now we're getting her this way." HasLab doesn't fucking mean it's a completely different figure, dude.
yeah.
Calm the hell down. Also, she comes with a babby, and they were very silly in the stream where they were like, "We're not actually sure if we're allowed to say who the babby is yet, so she comes with babby.
It's
Be
this.
excited for babby."
It's Cable. It's fucking Cable.
Yeah, but it's specifically based on a new cartoon, and they're like, we don't know if we're allowed to spoil the cartoon or not. So
Yeah,
it makes sense. It's a little silly, but it's like, hey, everybody who knows knows.
it's solid. It's good. Look at all
Yeah,
that.
it's a decent
We got
wave.
some
But then they went into
Wolverines.
the Wolverine 50th anniversary program for next year, which we're getting Brood Infected Wolverine, and all these are going to be 2 packs.
That's nice.
Who
With Alondra.
Yep, Lilandra. We saw her revealed at a foreign convention a while back, and now we're getting the full like non-render in person revealed with the pretty promotional photography.
Mm-hmm.
And as we speculated, she is coming with her staff and a couple of alternate hands, but not much else. And I mean, like, if you're a hardcore X-Men fan, you're gonna want to get this 2 pack. So it's not like a horrible locking a figure behind a paywall. Also, with these 2 packs, they went out of their way to say like we special commissioned classic Marvel artists to draw new art for the backs based on classic covers, and then Marvel saw that when they were like doing a meeting or something like that. A representative saw it and was like, "Oh, that's good art. That's going to be actual covers. We're not fucking letting that get away from us."
Yeah,
So
we're gonna make that
the
a variant.
yeah, the big image of Brood Wolverine, I believe, was drawn by Adam Kubert. And they did call them out throughout the stream, but some of them I remember, some of them I don't.
Yeah. And then we get Sabretooth and Gambling Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. Much more casual Logan, with the cowboy duds and a set of cards, which they pointed out they gave him a full house. They actually printed on what the cards were, and the back of the cards have a custom Xavier Institute deck logo on them.
I love how they detailed in his body hair.
Mm-hmm.
He looks great. Sabretooth is Sabretooth.
It's big, classic, bulky 90s Sabretooth on the Omega Red body, I believe it is, with a few new parts to make it more accurate to his costume. Um, Definitely a lot of people's preferred version of Sabretooth. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really given a shit about Sabretooth. I've just never read a story that's made him jump out as cool and interesting bad guy man to me.
Hmm.
And whenever I look at his costume, I'm like, dude, you look like a fucking dog bed.
That's fair.
So I kind of want casual Wolverine, but not enough to like go out of my way for this two pack.
And then we got. I don't recognize this Wolverine. I don't remember.
Ninja Wolverine and Lady Psylocke is what they called this figure.
No.
Um, I have never seen this look before in my life, and I kind of hate it.
Yeah, this is
It
like peak '90s.
it kind of looks like frickin' uh oh god, what's his name? Colossus and Raven from the Teen Titans did a fusion dance.
Yeah, it's not great. But
Mhm.
it's another thing. And then we got this Patch and Joe Fix It.
Yep, the two pack I think everybody was most excited for when this all leaked via computer listings a few months back. Um, yeah, it's just straight up. It's that classic cover. I did text Cody about this, and he said he was a little let down that they didn't do a new bulky suit body for Mister Fix It because it's the same suit body the last one was on, which is also the suit body that belongs to their Kingpin figure, and it's not the most maneuverable in the world, but I think it's decent enough to work, and you can get pretty close to that actual cover. So
Yeah. Well, it looks good. Looks solid.
yeah. And then I believe they. Oh
Showed off an
wow!
angel.
Yep, they showed off Angel as their big final reveal. This is probably going to be a deluxe figure. I don't think this is coming in a regular wave. They did say it was on the Vulcan body, but he doesn't have the butterfly joints, which I imagine they changed to
For
make
the
room for
wing.
the wing
Yeah.
joints.
Because
Uh,
those are very articulated wings.
And they look really good, but I'm gonna be honest, I just don't give a shit about Angel. I've read him in stories and like I don't hate him, but I've never read a story that's made me go like, oh, Angel's a cool character.
I want
So
this on an Archangel figure.
yeah.
Because Archangel just looks cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
And
like
then they did a final tease of a fire base. They said it was going to be kind of an otherworldly character. So a lot of people are speculating somebody connected to the Phoenix Force because it was an X-Men stream.
yeah. Or maybe
And
a Nova, the Herald of Galactus.
Nova is possible, though somebody did point out they haven't done a Rachel Summers yet. So
Mm.
I could see them doing her. And also they did their drafts for the end of the year, which is a thing they've been doing for the last 3 years of the last stream of every year. They go like, all right, we're gonna do like an NFL draft style thing to show our favorite picks of the products that came out this year, and that's cute. But like top tens are fun, are just much more my speed. And that was
Overall,
everything.
a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff.
Very strong stream. They revealed a lot of stuff. Definitely a good time if you're an X-Men fan. For me, I'm just like, okay, I'll probably get Sam Wilson Cap because my targets have pretty good distribution around here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else I could take or leave.
Wolverine and Hulk look like they're gonna fuck each other angrily. They're gonna anger fuck.
I mean, all kinds of shit happens on Krakoa, dude.
We got some some photos of the Arkham Knight Amazing Yamaguchi figure.
Yep, went up for pre-order this week, so we got all the pretty promotional photography. And damn, this thing do be looking good.
This looks solid. Good cape. Good
Mhm.
posing. Look good.
Well, just that cape, man. I want to see that cape make its way onto more mainline Batman figures. That's how a Batman cape should look, in my opinion.
Looks really good. All right. Yeah. I am Batman.
He comes with all the bits, all the bobs.
All right. Yeah. Batman right there.
Yeah.
And what else we got? We got some more McFarlane animated series.
Yep. Now it's interesting with this wave because the first wave of this we realized was all like repacks slash repaints of the DC Collectibles animated series figures, but there's two new ones in this wave. You got Sonar Batman, based off of, or I think I call it Blind as a Batman, because there's an episode where he is temporarily blinded and has to get like a special sonar suit made. Um, and then the Build-A-Figure for this wave is fucking Lockup, who I forgot was even in the animated series.
All right.
Lockup
is.
Do you know who Lockup is?
No.
Lockup is an obscure Batman villain who was in one episode of the animated series, all about him. And his character is basically, he worked at Wayne Enterprises as a security consultant, and then he got recommended to Arkham Asylum when they were looking to beef up security by Bruce Wayne, and then he ended up going crazy and instituting all these like cruel and unusual punishments and becoming a villain himself, and was just trying to lock up Batman.
But we got another Joker.
Yep, Joker in the coat. Always gotta love me, Joker in the coat with the hat. That's a good look for Joker right there.
Yeah, that's the Joker. We got some Riddler.
Yeah, the fucking. I love Riddler in the suit with minimal question marks.
I hate how short his arms look.
Little bit, yeah.
His arms look super stumpy.
Could have been longer.
It's just very wide torso, very stumpy arms.
I mean, the animation style gonna fuck you that way sometimes, man, when you go to physical plastic.
Know who would be a really good Riddler?
Who?
Neil Patrick Harris.
You're just saying that because you watched Doctor Who recently.
But he could nail it.
See, after watching that episode, I'd rather see him play Mixie's Pitalik.
Let's cut the difference, Batmite.
Yeah.
Gordon?
Yeah, we getting Gordon.
Solid
again,
Gordon.
Yep. Again, this is just a repack of that old DC Collectibles figure with some cell shading added, but it's not a terrible figure. It just looks kind of awkward with the cell shading.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all of them.
Yep, coming soon to a Target near you.
Coming soon to a Target near you.
Oh my god.
Hasbro and McFarlane Toys are teaming up for some page punchers.
Yep, we heard a little bit about this back during Toy Fair time. They showed some stuff behind closed doors, but now they've made the official announcement that they have the license for Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, and Dungeons and Dragons. So any like comic specific stuff from those properties, you can expect them to show up as page punchers figures very soon. So be very excited for your like this big Lord Draken figure, everybody. It's coming.
Yeah, Buster's right. The worst Power Rangers figures known to man are coming. Oh, are you ready for more Transformers toys that don't transform?
Oh man. It's going to be so exciting.
Hey, you know who's probably really excited about all this? The classic G.I. Joe fans. They get their tiny dudes back.
They get even tinier dudes.
They get the tiniest dudes. Boss Fight Studios, Red Sonja Hacks figures.
We got the full reveal of the Epic Sonja, or the Epic Hacks Red Sonja figure. And this thing looks spectacular. Like, right off the bat, even not taking anything else into account, the proportions just look so much more realistic than the loose collector figure that came out last year did. And like, I usually don't like making direct, strong, like, oh, this figure is amazing, this figure sucks comparisons. But this thing completely blows the loose collector figure out of the water because the proportions are way better. It has pretty much the same articulation setup by the look of it, which I kind of would have liked to have seen them add butterfly joints and like a ball jointed waist, but not the end of the world that she doesn't have it. But the face sculpts look much more like Red Sonja is often depicted in interior art instead of like cover pinups, which is what I would say the loose collector one resembled. And she comes with a shit zillion accessories, tons of swappable armor, She comes with a sword, a sheath, a dagger, a sheath for the dagger, a big old axe. She comes with 3 alternate heads, 2 sets of interchangeable hair. You can swap the hair between the heads, so you don't have to go like, I've got the flowy head with the screaming expression, and that's all I get. You can swap those out, and 2 sets of interchangeable hands. And apparently her bangs are also going to be interchangeable. They just couldn't figure out a good way to communicate that in these render photos. And all of that, you're getting all that shit. That the loose collector figure just came with a sword and an axe, and it was $70. This is gonna be $50.
Damn.
Fucking annihilated that other company with this.
Are you getting this?
I am so down for this, man. This is there's like a short list of figures that I'm like I cannot miss next year. There's Legacy Tidal Wave. There's a couple different GI Joes that are coming out next year. Not any Marvel Legends I'm super keen on just yet that are coming out next year, but there's definitely some ones I want to go back and get. Same with DC figures. Or actually, no, there's a DC figure, the fucking Revoltech Supergirl. I have that pre-ordered.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a must get for me. This looks incredible.
The only thing that just like sticks out to me is I don't like the paint on the face. It feels like all of it is meant to be like hot barbarian, tough woman interior art. The face,
and then the face has blush on it.
The face has like pinup makeup.
Though to be fair, that's kind of how Frank Frazetta draws women.
Yeah. But I'm like, I tone it down just a little bit. Not a ton. Yeah. Still make her hot pinup lady. But it's just like...
And it's entirely possible it won't be as evident once there's a physical example of the figure. Yeah. You got to remember, these are renders.
Like, the blush is just a little too much. Tone it down just a little bit, and you're probably okay.
Yeah. But no, this looks so good. I cannot wait for this figure. I think it's releasing in 4th quarter of next year, so I'm going to have to wait a bit, but I'm very excited.
Are you ready to talk about some comic books?
Oh my god, we got so many comics to book.
Hey, I'm sorry to do this to you.
Okay.
White man jump scare.
Oh! Let's talk about Green Lantern number 6.
A Battle of Wills, a secret reveal.
Mm-hmm. This is a pretty good issue, I think. Really impressed with just how creative they got with the constructs in this issue. You know, I feel like that's something people always say is like, Green Lantern's a cool concept, but it's always limited by the concept itself because writers and artists are never like really creative with the constructs. Like I remember that was one of the big complaints about the movie is that it didn't get nearly creative enough. And this is the fucking exact opposite of that. Hal never uses the same construct twice.
Nope.
And fucking Sinestro is just constantly whipping out like weird alien beasties you never seen before.
Yeah.
And it all culminates with a big fucking Pacific Rim fight. So yeah, real good issue.
Sinestro gets away, he leaves Earth.
Love the way their relationship is played off, and yeah, that ending was a bit of a kick to the dick.
Yeah, because it turns out Kilowog's dead.
And
Razor from the animated series, who from what I've heard, actually was brought into the comic continuity before now.
Yeah, he was brought in like I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, and he's never like really had a big presence, but he does show up every once in a while.
Yeah. Just comes in and goes like, Hal, what the fuck are you doing? And Hal goes like, I have done a big sad.
Yeah, he's in a depression spiral, and he's been trying to pull himself out of it apparently, and we the reader are just now finding this out.
I do like how it's like, I think it parallels a little bit of Emerald Twilight, of how reconstructing someone to comfort himself. But in Emerald Twilight, he's trying to, like, hide the fact that he fucked up. And here, it feels more like he's reconstructing Kilowog to process the grief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not deluding himself of like, oh, I can bring him back with the power of the green. No, it's like, no, Kilowog is dead. I'm using this to kind of like mourn and get over him, mourn and
Yeah.
grieve.
It's also just a testament to how well this book has been paced that like I never questioned it up until now. Like there could have been moments where you were like, why is Kilowog just hanging around in a camper van? Why isn't he trying to help Hal at all? And no, I just figure like, that's just what's going on right now. Whatever. There's all this other shit going on in the book, and then finally we loop back around to it, and it's a really well done reveal.
Yeah, it's really good. Green Lantern, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next book. X-Men Red.
Hey, what do Storm be up to this week?
So this is the end of the Araco War.
Hey, congratulations. You did it. You did a war.
So it's big fucking Earth kaiju fight, like big things battling against each other, and I'm trying to remember exact. There's like a lot of little moments that I go like, yeah, that's really cool. That's really dope. Like there's a moment where like the giant eyeball is like who like sees shit and is omnipotent. Like omniscient. That's the word I'm looking for. Can see all this stuff. Looks directly at DaCosta, Sunspot, and he just mouths the words, "You better not look directly at the sun," as his powers get supercharged and blinds it.
Oh my god.
And that's great. There's a lot of little moments like that.
Aki, I don't think Boingo's read The War of Jokes and Riddles.
I will say it's good though. There's a fun moment where like the people who are like Apocalypse goes like, we need to be here to work on the magic, and it's all about like tearing down the idea that tradition can't change and evolve. It's all about like, no, just because you've been through harsh environments that you feel like you have to be harsh and tough and warlike doesn't mean you can't learn from kindness and all that kind of stuff and grow from that. And it's all about like healing those wounds and everything. It's good. It's good.
Neato Skeeto.
War of Jokes and Riddles is the worst from King's Batman run.
True, but I also think people really slag off that event way too hard. There's good ideas in there.
We both read Captain America #4.
Hey, I liked this issue a fair bit, though there's a little bit of stuff towards the end where I'm like, that's, you're a little out of practice, sir.
I'm trying to remember what that is.
At the end when he's just hanging out with, oh god, what's her name? Sharon and, Monica Rambeau, and they're talking about Instagram and taking photos of food, and I'm like, what is this, 2013?
Yeah. It's not great, but like it's fine. He's trying to reiterate.
It's just one of those moments where you remember, like, oh yeah, that's right. JMS is almost 60.
But a lot of the book is good. I love the flashback scenes.
Yeah, the flashback scenes in this issue were so fucking
and we
good.
get more definitive on the mark of like a lot of these women are prostitutes. Steve is just a really cool dude fighting for sex workers, you know?
Yeah. He's just a little guy who's there to fight for the rights of all.
Yeah. Oh man, that scene where where he's worked himself to exhaustion.
Because he wants to do an honest day's work like every other guy.
And the nurse goes like, all right, no lying. What's wrong with you? And he lists an entire paragraph. And she's like, Jesus. You won the lottery, didn't you? And it's it's good.
And the fight with the guy is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like, what I like the narration where Cap's talking about, like, okay, I'm fighting a new guy. Here's how I figure out how big of a threat he is.
I love that strategy. Throw the shield. Can he catch it? All right. Level 1. Oh shit, he doesn't fall when I kick him. That's immediately a level 3. Like, that's cute. I love how he's like, oh shit, it's a demon. I gotta run. I can't do anything. I love seeing that mindset because we've seen Captain America do all that before. But to see that it's like treated as like a logic, it's fun.
Yeah. Solid issue. Little bit of a bad aftertaste, but not the worst.
But it's not like an aftertaste that you go like, I don't want to read anymore.
Yeah, and I mean the scene with him and Sharon in the hospital room before that is pretty cute. So
Yeah.
it's not like JMS can't write relationships all of a sudden. It's just like, oh, he this is one of those moments where an older writer is trying to make the book seem relevant and he doesn't realize that it's actually still pretty out of touch to be talking about this.
Yeah. I read issue 30 of Moon Knight.
How that going?
Moon Knight dead.
Well, damn.
Uh,
R.I.P.
It's the culmination of all the things that's been going on. And basically it's something's going to destroy a lot of things and kill a lot of people, but Moon Knight is able to crawl his way over to stop it from hurting more people. And like, it's a whole brilliant moment of like, Khonshu comes in and goes like, hey, Mark, I know I'm not your favorite dude right now, but I just gotta say, like, I'm still proud of what you're doing right now. I think what you're doing is dope. I think you're being a good hero. And even though I can't help you, just know I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a moment inside his head where Mark goes like, you know what we have to do? And the other alters, I can't remember their names right now. Cab driver, rich guy. Can't remember them.
See, on a good day, I could name them all, but because you asked,
I know, but they all just go like,
there's Steven.
Yeah, Stephen Grant and what's the other one?
Just gonna fucking Google Moon Knight personalities real quick.
Just Google it. But basically, they all have a conversation. Stephen Grant, yeah, have a conversation of just like
Jake Lockley.
Jake Lockley. They all have a conversation that's basically, we all know what we have to do. We don't want to do it, but we'll do it because it's the right thing to do. Kind of like, I don't want to die, but let's go on. Let's be heroes.
Yeah.
All the while, Zodiac is talking to basically Moon Knight's apprentice in the Midnight Mission, and he's going like, yeah, no, Moon Knight's gonna come back because Khonshu will revive him and everything. And she just goes like, you dumb son of a bitch. Khonshu doesn't have any more power. If Mark dies, Mark dies. And Zodiac's like, what? What do you mean? Yeah, if Mark dies, there's no resurrection anymore. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. Okay, Midnight Mission? Read my mind. No. Let me out. And we want the same thing. We want Mark safe. And the door opens. And Reese is like, what the fuck? But there's this old moment of when the big thing happens and Moon Knight is in the middle of it, where we see all the characters from this run just think back on their relationship with Mark and going like, I've been affected by this man and I want to do good by others. And it's beautiful, heartwarming, and sweet. And then we see the final bit is the Midnight Mission's still open. People are still coming and asking for help. And they go like, Moon Knight's not around, but the Midnight Mission still has its task. And you see that all of them are dressed in white and black suits like Mr. Knight. Just, we will carry on what Mark wanted. We will carry on Mark's mission. We are Moon Knight.
So how many issues till he's back, you think?
Oh, they already announced the next Moon Knight series in January.
Fuck comic books.
I don't think, here's the thing. They didn't say Mark's coming back. It's just Moon Knight. Just continuing a Moon Knight. So part of me thinks Hunter Moon is going to become Moon Knight.
Okay, how long till you think Mark's going to be back, though?
Oh, 2 years.
Right on.
Yeah, that seems about fair. Or maybe more, because Moon Knight is kind of like a Daredevil book where they can get away with a lot more.
That's true.
But it's really good Moon Knight. You read Power Rangers.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 114. I think this is going to be the last time I engage with this franchise for a long time.
Do you actually want to talk about this book?
I mean, I do. I do have things to say about it, but God, I am just so burnt out on Power Rangers that I couldn't be bothered to feel like too strongly either way about anything that happens in this issue.
So what
So, like,
happens? Tell me what bothers you.
so we catch up with Rocky and Adam, and we find out that they're in a fucking prison full of cameos. That Mr. Smile has gathered a bunch of Power Rangers from across the multiverse or from across the timeline because fucking
Any suits that we actually give a shit about?
oh, all of them are out of suit. It's actual fucking characters.
Mm.
Like Rocky and Adam start talking to Danny Delgado from Power Rangers Wild Force, the Black Ranger from that season, and it's fun. There is a funny line where he goes, "I'm the Wild Force Black Ranger," and Rocky goes, "I'm the Red Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers," and Adam is just like, we did not agree on that name yet because they never had an official team name. They were just the Power Rangers in the show.
Huh.
Uh, um, and it also in that scene, he goes, "I've heard of you guys, but last I checked, you were a lot older." So it's clear like it is Danny from his point in the timeline being pulled backwards to whenever the fuck this is happening. Um, Also, the Phantom Ranger is there, and he's helping out some other Rangers in a nut with another thing, and he's just spouting all kinds of cryptic bullshit that makes me feel like they might actually reveal who he is at the end of this, and I don't want that. I really don't fucking want that. Um, uh, and there's a cool monster that another group of rangers fight that's like a fucking construction machine made into a monster, and they beat it with the Hyperforce Chrono Hyperforce Megazord, which I'd never seen before because I don't know Hyperforce that well. But goddamn, it looks like a Chinese knockoff toy.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, they just be doing some stuff, and Master Vile is trying to turn Tommy evil, but he won't because he's Tommy. He's the best. And then Kim and Matt are all sad because they still think Tommy's dead, and that's stupid. Um, and there's a kind of cool scene where the Phantom Ranger and Zordon catch up. Uh, and what else? What else be happening? Uh, oh yeah, we get a big reveal that the reason all the Rangers have been captured is that actually fucking Dark Spectre has already corrupted a bunch of Rangers from across the timeline, and we get to see the like god awful fucking Dark Ranger ass looking corrupted designs for a bunch of other teams.
Mm. Well,
I
Blade.
was so into Melissa Flores' run when it started, and then she had to go way too fucking big.
So over under, not a good book.
It's the thing is like it's not bad, it's just not what I want from fucking Power Rangers. Like where in the goddamn is my Power Rangers comic that's just like 2 to 3 issue arcs of them dealing with personal problems and fighting monsters of the week? It feels like every writer teases us with that, and then they go, "Let's do crazy anniversary multiverse bullshit." And I'm like, it was cool the first time. Never since. Stop it. It could be the end of the Power Rangers comics, Aki. I don't know if. I don't know. I have no idea how long that Boom contract is supposed to last.
It gets wrapped into the Energon universe.
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, especially if you get somebody who actually writes Power Rangers to write the goddamn book.
I mean, is there that much of a difference between a morph and a transform?
Don't make me drive to Florida and kick your ass.
I mean, if you want to have like it all in a connected universe, to go like, oh, we adapted technology from the Transformers, like there was this alien species that transformed and changed their shape. I took inspiration from them and created this, and tapped into the morphing grid. You know.
You see, a part of me really wants to argue with you right now because I know how pissed off that would make Power Rangers fans. But also, fuck Power Rangers fans. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about most things anymore because I'm out of here in 2 weeks. So fuck it. Whatever. Do it.
You also read Rogue Sun.
Hey, penultimate issue of this arc with some real cool character development stuff happening for Rogue Sun and his dad trapped in the Rogue Sun afterlife. Um if I can't remember if I talked about it at all or if I just said like a big thing happens at the end of the issue, but fucking grandpa died at the end of the last issue.
Ooh.
And this one starts off with dad being super pissed and having a whole narration about his relationship with grandpa and how much of a shitty dad he was, but he still loved and respected him for what he did and how pissed off he's been ever since he died about the way things ended and how much of a shitty dad he was and this that and the other thing. And he's like, we got to get back to the fucking real world, son. We gotta fix everything, god damn it. And they do that. They get in, I think they get into like some other guy's body
They
in
do the
order to do
thing.
it. But yeah, they show up in the real world at the end of the issue just in the nick of time to be like, hey, fuck you, first Rogue Son. You're a bad man actually, and we're gonna stop you now.
Fair enough. I read Immortal Thor #5.
Hey, how's that going?
So Tononos, the elder god guy, comes in and goes like, "I'm here to fuck your shit." It's big and poetic. It talks about fate and all that kind of stuff. And all the Thor Corps are just throwing the hammer back and forth, keeping up their transformation and fighting the guy as best they can.
Mm.
It's a fun, light-hearted moment where we're all just going like, "Who needs it next? I had it. I need some." And it's just like they're all working together. It's great. It's fun. And then there's a moment where Loki throws the hammer at the dude's face because they've just been going like, "Oh man, the hammer's so cool, hammer's so dope," and the guy goes like, "You know what? The hammer is dope." Grabs Mjolnir. Now this elder god has the power of Thor, and he gets Thor helmet and like the uniform and the cape, but he's still all big and cloud-like. And he's
Oh
like,
shit, fuck.
I now have taken your power. What do you think about that? And everyone's going like, oh shit, oh fuck. And Thor goes like, yeah, you know what? I do give you my power. I give you all of my power. Because here's the thing. You are a wild, untamed storm. But I'm Thor. And I'm not just a god of storms and all that kind of stuff and lightning and all that. I'm also the god of honor. So by accepting that hammer, you now understand the power of honor, humility, and consciousness. And the guy goes like, "Oh shit, I understand all the bad things I've done. I now feel guilt. Get the hammer away from me. Why would you do this to me?"
Man, that is corny as hell, but I'll allow it.
Yeah. And basically the guy's going like, "Fuck, I was just doing what fucking the elder version of Loki wanted me to do because of Gaia." And Thor's like, "What the fuck about my mom?" Because remember, his mom is an elder god.
Frigga not being Thor's actual mom no more?
No, that's been retconned a while.
Oh.
I think Jason Aaron did it in Avengers.
Shit damn.
But hey, someone's actually doing something with that. And we get a continuation with Minotaur and Scourge. He's back, and so is the Enchantress. They're going to be doing some things.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Good book. Good book. Oh, yeah, they also start repairing the Beta Ray Bill Thor friendship.
Hooray!
Like, literally, Thor goes like, "Hey, I've been a bad friend. I'm sorry, and I need to do better." And Beta Ray Bills is like, "Yeah, I accept your apology for right now, and this is a good first step. We'll work on it." Like, they're not back to perfect, but, like, they're going like, "Yeah, you know what? We both said some things, and I want to work on our friendship. I want us to be back where we were." Which I like.
Neato Skeeto.
Yeah. A lot of fun moments. You read Crusader.
Hey, the final issue of Matt Immos's Crusader. I don't know why I went into a Scottish accent there. Number 4 came out this week, and oh boy, is this issue jam packed with stuff. Because at the end of the last issue, it was revealed that the frickin' freaky Goblin man that's been following him around made a deal with elder gods to become immortal, and that he actually needed the little frog dude that he was traveling around to complete a spell that they wanted him to do. So this issue is all about the Crusader himself and the fucking D&D party he met up with a couple issues ago, storming this big demonic castle in order to save the little frog guy. And they have a big old climactic battle and fight some crazy fucking blood demon souls looking elder gods. And for the process, man kind of fucking loses his religion. It's incredible. He's confronted with these weirdo gods who are like, "Oh yeah, you're one of ours. You're one of those Christian guys. Yeah, just help us out real quick, bro. Just help us out." He's like, "What? No, this isn't what I fucking believe in. You're doing fucking terrible shit. You're gonna destroy this world." And they're like, "Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool." And he's like, "You know what? Fuck this, actually." And he beats them and slays the fucking Goblin Man, and then takes off his helmet and puts down his sword and says, "I actually don't care about going home anymore. If the shit I was fighting for back there is actually this fucked up, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go see if I can become a farmer somewhere later." And he just pieces the hell out.
Damn.
And it's real fucking sweet and nice. And then you get a little 2-page tease at the end of the Goblin Man not actually being dead and winding up in Victorian era London.
Perfect. Oh my god, he's Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I kind of want a sequel to this that does something like that. Though the writer slash artist man has said hasn't like indicated whether he's going to do a sequel or not. But yeah, this is a really solid 4-issue mini. I highly recommend picking this up in trade when it comes out, because it's definitely one of my favorite books of this year.
Nito Burrito. I read Daredevil. Gang War.
How's that?
Elektra goes, I can't kill people because Matt wouldn't want me to. I'm here to fight the evil cop gang that's in Hell's Kitchen. Uh-oh, there's a danger person. I need to fight them. That's the book. It's good, it's well written,
Wow.
but it's like, that's what happens.
Talk about decompress. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But it's solid. Gang War is not a bad event so far. It is just a little
It's a little
decompressed.
crusty.
It's a
A
little
crusty.
decompressed. And it also is attached to not a great book with Spider-Man. But Daredevil, good enough, solid. If you want some more Elektra Daredevil, this is some solid Elektra Daredevil. It's just it is a classic Daredevil style adventure with Elektra.
She dubious looking good on that cover.
Yeah. You read Spider-Gwen Smash.
Yeah. So I think I've finally come to terms with I just can't get into comic book Spider-Gwen. Because like I've tried several different series of her. I've never gone back and read the original. Maybe I should fucking do that. But I've tried to get into her several different times throughout the course of us doing this show. And each time it's like, this is cool. I can see what you're doing, but I just don't care about this particular brand of character drama. Because the plot of this book is basically Gwen is back in her main universe. She's got some identity shit under control. She's playing a gig with the Mary Janes, and then a supervillain influencer shows up to try and fight her for clout, and it ruins their gig. And MJ gets really fucking pissed off at her. Which, by the way, they fucking spell MJ's name MEE space JAY in this book. I don't know if that's always been a thing in this universe, but that's fucking weird. Um, and MJ's all upset, and the band's like, maybe we should finally kick Gwen out because she's becoming a big fucking problem. Then they get a call from fucking Dazzler, who's like, "Hey, will you guys open for me?" And they're like, "Okay, I guess nothing else matters because a fucking legit artist who's playing at Madison Square Garden tonight wants us to go on tour with her and open for her." And also fucking Rick Jones and Black Widow are there. Um, and Dazzler basically pulls Spider Gwen aside after their rehearsal and is like, "Hey, I have a stalker right now, and he's fucking scary, and he might have powers. So I figured I need somebody with more significant powers than me to come and help me fight him, if he actually tries to pull something, because I think this is dangerous and serious and scary." And that's the plot of the book. They're going to be touring around with Dazzler and Black Widow and doing some fighty shit.
You know what? That's not a bad idea for a book, but I can understand why you wouldn't like it.
Hmm.
Like, it doesn't sound like a bad idea or a bad book.
Yeah, it's a good plot for this character. I just don't particularly care.
That's fair. Is it Melissa Flores? Because see
Uh,
Flores on the cover.
yes, I believe it is actually.
Oh,
Yes.
I made 2 books that you just didn't like her from her. Damn.
Mhm. And I mean, like, she's not a bad writer. She's just kind of striking out right now, I feel.
Yeah. We both read Batman Santa Claus Silent Night #2.
Hey, guess what? This book is still pretty ding dang good.
This book is so good. It's better than it has any right to be.
Mhm. I love Santa constantly stunting on everybody, just being like, "Hey, I know your fucking address."
Don't talk to Santa. He'll dox you.
Yeah. um, and interesting interpretation of the Batcave in this.
Yeah. I think it is meant to be more like the contemporary millionaire Batcave
Hmm.
than the billionaire Batcave.
Yeah.
Because it looks like an abandoned subway tunnel.
And there's a lot of like little lines in this that hint like, oh yeah, this is supposed to take place in current DC continuity, but it's also like Batman's on too good of a terms with everybody for it to be.
Yeah. It you know what? You could fudge it somewhere somehow. I do like seeing more of the backstory for Krampus of like
Yeah.
why he is doing what he's doing. Of like Santa thought he was going too far, and it's like, oh no, he didn't, and it's like Santa's guilt that's causing
Yeah.
some of this.
Yeah, no, he legitimately fucked up and he's sad about it and he's trying to fix it. That's
Yeah,
a cool thing to do with Santa. I've never seen that take
and
before.
it also makes Krampus very like sympathetic in this story.
Hmm. Also, fucking Miss Martian, Black Canary, and Green Arrow all show up in the back half of the book, and they're done really fucking well.
Just help it out.
I haven't seen like this kind of like really solid character juggling in a DC book in a minute.
It's really good.
Uh,
But we need to
and
talk
then
about the best moment of
fucking
Santa
ending.
of Superman just landing, just looking very hurt, just going like, you.
He looks so pissed off for the
No,
first 2 panels, and then in the last panel, he looks really hurt.
he just looks so sad. It's just like, you knew Santa, and you
You
didn't
never fucking
tell
told me you knew Santa, Bruce. What the fuck, dude?
me. Like, it's just so cute.
It's got to be the best last page reveal all year.
Oh, this book is so good. If you want to get into like some Christmas spirit, this will do something for you.
Mhm.
It's good. It's solid. I read Punisher #2. It is a continuing of a Punisher book.
How's that going?
Batman hasn't just teamed up with Santa Claus. Batman studied under Santa Claus.
Batman been teaming up with Santa Claus. He fucking he the big Santa friendo.
Santa Claus taught Batman how to sneak into places.
Mhm.
But Punisher, it's revealed that they didn't kill his family because he was like ex-Shield. They did it because his wife was going to be a whistleblower and reveal some information.
Mm.
So he's like, oh, that makes this all the worse.
Yeah,
And he's just like, no, he's getting more and more castle pilled.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but basically he's doing his thing. He's trying to get information of like, why did you target me? Why did you target my family? And like the guy goes like, "We weren't you look. I just had the information. You weren't the target. Your wife was." And he's like, "Oh shit. A lot of people does done fucked up. I am going scorched earth."
So when Frank inevitably comes back, do you think this guy's going to become like his sidekick? Do you think this guy's going to die? Do you think Frank's going to kill him off, or do you think it's going to be like a Hawkeye thing?
I think it's going to be a Punisher war
Hmm.
because a big part of like Frank's thing in the last Punisher series was understanding the wrongs he committed and how wrong they were and facing punishment under his own terms versus others' terms. And this guy is like, "Hey, what if we made the Punisher but like get rid of all the gross bullshit that's accumulated over the years? Like what if we just did a good version of the Punisher today?" And I could see like them butting heads real easy when Frank comes back.
Yeah. All right, that'd be neat.
But I like this book. It's good. It's a solid character. It's solidly done. It's very neo noir, but with sci-fi elements. The tagline's right. The man is different. The mission remains the same.
How about that?
Yeah. We both read Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 13, part of
Part
Gang
of the
War.
gang war of air.
This is the first time you've read anything from Gang War. How do you feel?
It's fine because it's just another issue of Miles Morales. Like, yeah, gang war affected it, but it doesn't feel like I'm reading a part of gang war. It feels like this is something that's happening off to the side.
And I think that's how this event should be seen. It's a thing that's happening to the city in the status quo, but it's not an event. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's how all the best tie ins to events usually are. It's like, this isn't necessarily part of the story, this is a sidestep. Like, Civil War II, garbage event. Have you ever read the issue about Rhodey's funeral?
No.
That's fucking fantastic.
Well, that's good. But it's just Miles just dealing with being a superhero and it's all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the scene with the therapist of him just going like, "Yeah, Peter's been weird. He
Oh,
just
that was
comes
so fucking cathartic,
just
dude.
comes back in my life expecting nothing to change." And it just feels like it is the editor and the writer for this book going like, "Yeah, Spider-Man's been dog shit for a bit. Sorry we can't do anything about that.
Hmm.
We want things to be
Also,
different. We want them to be big fun friends, but like we can't do that right now."
mhm. Also, Cody Ziegler inspired. I think he's deliberately trying to inspire a major game mechanic for the first PS PlayStation Spider-Man game with the fucking Stinger sword.
Yeah. You know what is I wouldn't say it's a problem, but it's a thing with like legacy characters is they will give the legacy character additional powers to separate them from the original, but it just makes the original look weaker.
Hmm.
Like,
And it always gives easy ammo to people who just hate legacy characters in general. Like even people who aren't big Spider-Man fans, I know, who have seen Into the Spider-Verse and are like, yeah, Miles is cool, but why the fuck does he have special powers instead of just the regular Spider-Man powers? Why is he gotta have a special shooty hand? He doesn't need that. And I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't want to fucking write in the comic.
I mean, here's the thing. If it was up to me, I would just like keep Miles powers because you're cool. This shocker thing and the invisibility is neat. Just give Peter something new.
Yeah.
Just like give Peter like you know what? Have Miles be like the big fun cool actiony Spider-Man. Peter's the cerebral Spider-Man. Because that's always been his story. He says he's cerebral, he's a smart guy. Give him a latent telepathic ability of fear.
Hmm.
Because think about it.
People
Spider
scared of spiders.
People scared of spiders, and he can tie that into like his joking and his personality, and it's just like, oh, you have a latent ability to agitate people. That's why all your enemies hate you so much. You mean my powers make people hate me? Yeah, that explains so much of my life.
That would be such a fucking easy thing. And how come fucking Dan Slott hasn't come up with that yet?
But like, it's like, oh, you know what? That could be an additional power, and it can, and like, they're also de-emphasizing Miles' spider sense. So maybe that's the thing. It's like Peter Parker's all about like the cerebral spider sense and knowledge and the telepathy things, you
Yeah.
know, and Miles is all
Uh,
physical.
yeah. And while we're on the subject of Spider-Man, did you see that fucking video Zdarsky put up of getting his Spider-Man
I
omnibus?
started watching it, but then I didn't finish it.
It's really fucking funny.
Yeah, but good
He
book.
takes he takes all the other trades of his Spider-Man stuff and just goes like, "Oh, this thing's great because now you can just take these and put them in the trash. Don't even recycle them. Just fucking put them in the trash."
Buy my book. Good, solid Miles book.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I also read Luke Cage Gang War.
Oh Jesus Christ! Is that his new costume?
Well, his temporary costume.
That is rough, dude. I understand you gotta hide the face somehow, but like,
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah. It's just gathering the team, just
Oh hey,
fighting.
Jessica on the cover. Jessica, please tell me Jessica been giving him shit about it.
No,
Oh,
she actually likes the costume because it emphasizes his ass.
okay, that's fair.
And she also gives him a ton of shit. Like, he goes like, "Hey, honey, you want to help me?" It's like, "Yeah, I'll go help you and Danny." How did you know Danny's already on the team? Look, if you weren't married to me, you'd be married to him.
I feel like that's a quip she makes every goddamn week.
No, several times. It's just like, oh, should I feel jealous about you and Danny? Like, it's just poking that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, she says, "I like poking the bear because of how he'll treat me later." And it's just like, what the fuck?
Dude, they've been putting that in the actual comic books.
Yes!
I mean, I guess it could be worse. Cloak and Dagger are right there.
It is just like most of Jessica's lines are just being horny on main for her man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what? We don't see a ton of that when things are going down. So it's fun to see Jessica just be like, I really love Luke Cage and I love being married to him. And I like
Yeah, we've
bantering
been
with him.
getting a lot of "Gosh, I love my wife" wholesome content recently. It's nice to get a little more "Gosh, I love my husband."
Yeah. And it's just like, because it's also like Luke Cage is in a tough situation. He's not in a great place. And it's just nice to see someone go like, "Hey, honey, I love you. You're hot. You're sexy. I'm bantering with you. We're having fun. I'm trying to keep your spirits up, you know?"
Yeah.
It's fun. It's nice. Also, Danny's there. He's cool. And Cloak and
Yeah.
Dagger are also there. They're just helping Luke Cage. They're not
Yeah.
like they're teaming up, but it's more of like, "Hey, Luke, we're here to help you. You're the main character of the book."
Is the interior art similar to this cover?
A little less detailed, but pretty similar.
Okay. I just noticed because I hadn't really looked at Danny on the cover yet. He does look a fair bit like the Netflix guy.
Less so in the interior.
Okay.
He just kind of looks like it's weird because you normally don't see the top of Danny's face.
Yeah.
But yeah, good book, good solid, good work. They're fighting Alistair Smythe. It's fun.
Hey, love me some Alistair Smythe.
Blade #6.
Hey.
It's a training montage with Dracula.
That's pretty fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, he basically goes to Dracula, goes like, "I'm fighting basically a fucking weirdo god being. I need help." And Dracula goes like, "All right, cool. Well, let's train some." And the whole point of the thing is Dracula just going like, "All right, you know how you have had a very black and white mentality of the morality of vampires, of how vampires are all evil and everything. Here's the thing. To you and to a lot of people, yes, vampires are evil. But to me, I'm just trying to protect what I think is right. Remember, I'm just tapping into the darkness to protect what I want. Tapping into the darkness of vampires doesn't mean you're automatically an evil person blade. So you are a vampire, you have all these vampire powers, you just haven't touched them because you don't want to tap into evil. It's not evil though. Evil's your actions with it, kind of. And Dracula's giving him this lesson. And so Dracula attacks him and Blade turns into mist. Blade now has all the vampire powers.
That's pretty fucking sick, dude.
It's cool. It works with what they've been doing with the characters.
Yeah.
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 The only problem is I think people keep forgetting that Blade is supposed to be from London, not Atlanta.
Yeah, I never fucking think of that. Wesley Snipes kind of ruined that, I think.
Yeah. So he's a little bit more American black, not London black in the dialogue.
Hopefully they fix that with the MCU movie.
Yeah. Good book though. We both read Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, pretty solid issue. Pretty solid issue. Good little.
Someone watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. Though I gotta admit, this did kind of blindside me in a way that you're gonna laugh at.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that Drax is just a regular guy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Drax is just a dude.
They were talking about that, and I was like, what the fuck? He could look like a regular man? That's crazy. When's that gonna happen? Where's the movie where Dave Bautista ain't got the makeup?
Yeah. And plays a saxophone.
And has a big fucking glorious mustache. Jesus Christ. Oh,
but it's just Mantis and Gamora having a conversation while going to help Drax out.
Mm-hmm. And talking a little bit about how Mantis's character got inadvertently fucked up by that kind of good event.
Yeah. And just talking about like what Mantis is and who she is, and just going like, yeah, that's the reason why I keep changing personalities. I just try to get in touch with my multiversal selves, and we're just trying to help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, that's nice. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Also, Gamora deals more with her alcoholism.
Good for her.
Yeah. Good solid little book.
Mm-hmm. Also, real nice that they included a special page for Keith Giffen.
I love that because both Marvel and DC have been doing the Keith Giffen like in honor of, but for Guardians, their cosmic book right now, the very first page,
put a specific page in there
to Keith Giffen, who made our space. You know, it's just like
who
defined your cosmos. I think is what it says.
He made the cosmos's heartbeat. I think,
but it's just like it's sweet. It's nice. I love DC's also because it's been in every DC book. It is a replica of the JLI book cover, the classic one, but with all the Keith Giffen's original characters that he created for DC. So Lobo, Ambush Bug, Maxwell Lord. And it's just like, it's sweet.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. The world will miss Keith Giffen.
Yeah.
We both read Action Comics.
This issue was pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Love fucking coming up to Constantine in a fucking dingy bar with loud punk music blaring. And just we remember who this character is, everybody.
Hey, and Superman just going like, hey, I'm not good with magic. Can you help me? Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me a second.
No, he at first goes, why the fuck do you think I would help you? Dude, we're not exactly on the best terms. And he's like, they took my daughter, John. They took my daughter. And he's like, God damn it, okay.
I can't contact Zatanna.
Yeah. And all the stuff with the daughter fighting in the alternate universe is pretty good.
Also, love the brother being comforted by Kara.
Yeah, it's all the character stuff in this has been building so gosh darn well.
Yeah, it's really good. Also, this cover is just brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it looks like it's for a completely different story, but not in a bad way.
And Superman gets transported to Earth Al Ghul with a resurrected Etrigan, and what was the other one? There was another one.
Bloodwind, I think might be his name.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
But
know
they're
this guy
but they're
from
not
anything
like, oh, we're
specific.
gonna fight you, Superman. It's like, hey, Superman, we're here. We're gonna help you out.
Yeah, you gotta fucking deal with this shit. We gotta help you. That's our job. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh, and the backups continue to be all right, even though one of them literally was just, "Hey, you should read that new Suicide Squad book."
yeah. And the other one is just like, hey, you should read that Zod book.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, no thanks, but cool setup.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did we read? I read Dark X-Men #5.
Hey, can you see in the darkness?
They beat the alternate Goblin Queen. They save the day. They do all the things. They
It's
they
pretty
they,
cool.
they win the day, and everybody goes where they need to go. Gambit goes back to Rogue, and it's just like it's the understanding of like this place isn't for everyone. The people who need it can use it. That kind of thing. Other people will be safe on their own. That kind of vibe. And just
Yeah.
who is Madeline Pryor? Madeline Pryor can make her own person. She isn't defined by failure and sacrifice. She can make her own life. Also, Azazel's dead.
Cool. Fuck that guy.
I mean, Mystique isn't,
That man only existed to be a sperm bank. And
and not even a
guess
real
what? We
sperm
don't
bank.
we don't need him for that no more. Get him out of here.
Mystique just copied it. But it works. It's good. It's solid.
Yeah.
Uh, we both read DC's "Twas the Might Before Christmas." It's a
Yeah.
it is a holiday anthology. I shouldn't say it's a Christmas anthology. It's a holiday anthology.
Yeah. And it's mostly all right. I don't there's only one of the stories in here that I'm like, "Oh man, this one's really fucking good." And if you know me, it's fucking obvious which one it is.
I
None of
have
these are outright bad, but like not a lot of them really like hit the mark for me, you know?
they're good. They're solid enough. I like the only one I think is like the weakest one is the one with Harley and the gym girl, just because I have no frame of reference for that gym woman.
Yeah, Amethyst is like a classic 80s DC character. She was like DC's answer to She-Ra. And she comes up every once in a while because people have a lot of nostalgia for her, but they don't like do a lot with her
Didn't they
since
just
then.
reboot her recently?
They rebooted her during Rebirth. No, they rebooted her. They rebooted her in New 52. Then that version died in Future's End, and then they just had the classic version show back up during Rebirth with no real explanation as to how they were reconciling the two. It was just like, no, we're just using the classic version again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, they do Lex Luthor. Christmas Carol.
yeah, very obvious, very kind of meh, but not bad.
It seems
I mean,
more like
like
an avenue for jokes. It just seemed more like it's for jokes.
hmm they do Home Alone with Raven of all characters.
Yeah.
I
Eh.
really like the art style in that one, but I don't really care for the material.
Um, the Hanukkah one with Batwoman was cute. I liked it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought to put Batwoman with
The Riddler's daughter.
the yeah, but
Was she
they
established?
I think she's been around. I haven't read anything with her. I did go like, oh yeah, that's right. The Riddler's got a daughter. I ain't seen her in nothing in a while.
I do like how the no one can solve the riddles except the Riddler's daughter, and it's just like, hey, my present to you is I'm giving you my criminal empire. I don't want it, Dad.
hmm
I think it's cute.
Also, like, man, this girl needs to fucking go to a therapy session with Stephanie Brown.
Yeah. But I do like the flirting between Batwoman and her. It was very cute.
hmm
It worked.
Uh, what is the Booster Gold story supposed to be again?
Oh, it was Zombie Santa.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right.
they
That
do a
one.
weird clone paradox of Santa. Booster turns into Santa. It just seems
Oh,
like
it's the fucking Santa Claus, dude.
yeah. He turns into Santa, but he infects other people, so they all turn into Santa.
That's
And Rick
yeah,
Hunter's there, and he's trying to fix it. It just seems like a fun, goofy, like adventuring
yeah.
story. It's not super Christmassy.
hmm But then there's the Superman story, which
Oh,
was my favorite.
it's so good. It's just, hey, this guy's about to commit suicide. I want to give him something worth value. Let me help him out tonight.
It's an easy old storytelling trope in superhero comics at this time to have the hero save a regular person from committing suicide, but it always fucking works, dude.
It's really good. And I like how the guy says, like, not all my problems are fixed. I still think about it sometimes. But then I
Mhm.
remember like the good feelings I had and I try to keep going through it. You know? It's like, oh,
I
nice.
also love that Superman opens up to him and is like, dude, I felt lonely too. Shit's hard. I get it. But like, it's not, there's never a reason to stop.
And I have a task for you. I have a job for you to do. And it's like that's what drives it in. It's like really nice.
hmm and then there's the bunker story, which was fine, but like I'm predisposed to not liking Bunker because I read his original introduction story and that sucked. And he's a crap. He used to be because he's not so much so in this, but he used to be a crappy gay stereotype. And in this, they seem to pull him back from that a little bit, and then they go like, all right, for your reward for doing this thing, Bunker, is you get to go to the gay DC characters Christmas party with all the gay DC characters. They get their own little special party off to the side. They're not going to bother the straight characters at all. They got their own party. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I don't know. But the final story and the story that kind of like uh gives this anthology its name, the Batmite Robin story.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Batmite and Damien hadn't met yet, but that was really
I
fun.
absolutely loved it. It's adorable. It is Batmite just coming in going like, "Hi, I'm Batmite. Oh my god, who are you? You're not any Robin I know. Fuck you."
hmm and at the end they kind of become buddies a little bit.
I love how Batmite goes like, "Oh wait a second, your mother's Talia. She's not dead. I can't give you the regular Robin present." Oh, I know. And it's just like that one line just makes you go, "Oh my god, Batmite has tried to be kind to every single Robin and be there for them in some way." And it's just like, "Oh, Batmite, why are you a good little egg?"
He's a chaos gremlin, but he's good at being a chaos gremlin.
Yeah. And then there was should we tell him about Batmite? Why you and Jason didn't? Which I think is just adorable. It's like an initiation. You learn about Batmite on your own.
hmm
Overall, it's not a bad anthology.
Yeah, it's decent. I don't know if it's worth the what, it's an 80-page giant, so it's got to be like $10-12, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like if you can just track down the Superman story on its own,
Yeah.
that might be worth it.
Has some good chuckles. Has some good
hmm
bits.
Yeah.
Like the Lex story is fun. It's cute. The Batmite story and the Superman story are a little heartwarming.
hmm
The Batwoman story is pretty good. Yeah, overall solid.
Yeah.
Uh, I read 181 J.M. DeMatteis' Spectacular Spider-Man. This
Look at that man. Look at that man having not a good time.
Oh, he has so much of a not good time in this. Because basically Harry just keeps going like, "You fucked up, Peter. You fucked up," while Peter's on hallucinogens. And he's like, "No, ah!" And he's just he sees his parents' graves, and he just starts freaking the fuck out and like running out of the room, going, "Mommy, Daddy, don't die!"
Fuck.
Ah! And he's screaming that all over New York while web slinging to Dr. Kafka, and he just goes like,
Holy
"Help
fuck.
me!" It's fucking hilarious. It's so good.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious, but it's good. It's classic Spider-Man.
It's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah. Peter's on hallucinogens. Didn't know I could be sold on a comic in 3 words. Yeah.
Welcome to the chat, Damon.
And he freaks the fuck out. It's hilarious. He freaks out so much. Harry, who has a rage boner against Peter right now, just goes like, whoa, whoa, Peter, what's going on? Are you okay, Peter?
I may have gone a bit too far in one or two places.
I may have gone a bit too far. What the fuck? Literally, he immediately like, whoa. As Peter's just thrashing the room trying to get out. It's hilarious. These 2 men are just disasters.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. JMD Mateus, no, sounds right. World's Finest, Teen Titans.
Hey, a little wrap-up issue to this arc. That's pretty ding-dang good.
Yeah.
Just kind of a prolonged creative fight sequence showing that the Teen Titans do actually work really well as a team when
So
they get
long as
on
they
the
trust
same
each other.
page.
Yeah.
They trust each other and they put their bullshit aside, and it ends off the kind of weird anachronistic Wonder Girl and Aqualad relationship in a very sweet and realistic way.
Yeah.
And has one of the best young Dick and Bruce scenes I've seen in a while.
Oh, it's so good. It's just like that's the Batman I like. He's tough, but he like understands and lets Dick grow and be a person.
Yeah, I love that Dick has this speech about like, dude, I did this because I knew it was the right thing to do, and I knew it was the right thing to do because I'm a teenager. You never let yourself be a teenager, but I'm going through that shit right now, and I got to make judgment calls.
Me.
I got to make judgment calls that you would have never had to have made at my age. And Bruce is like, you know what? That's fair enough.
Did you save lives?
I never wanted you to be like me, so you know what? You save lives? Okay, cool.
Just don't do it without telling me.
Yeah.
Because you doing that puts me in fucking danger too. It's like, you know.
And he's like, well, I'm still technically your dad, so I still got to punish you. So 1 month suspension. That's it.
Also, we also get a little Speedy and Green Arrow reconciliation.
Yeah, just a little bit to keep everything nice and in continuity,
and happy. But also,
but
like,
it makes sense.
But it totally makes sense of like how this can still lead to their disillusionment, because it's very clear that they both.
This is a band-aid on a larger issue.
But they both see their relationship differently. Because Speedy sees it as like, no, you're my dad and you need to take care of me, and Oliver sees it as like, you're your own person. I'm here to help you when you need it. I'm not here to baby you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because of that miscommunication, that's where the problem.
Oh my fucking god, dude! I just realized.
Because that's what
Ollie and Roy are just DC Comics Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Because
dude.
that's what Oliver says. It's like, hey, you asked me. I'm always there when you ask me. And that's the thing. It's like Roy doesn't like. You know, it's like Oliver just goes like, oh, if he asks me, I'll help him. But he doesn't realize that Roy needs more than that. He needs more that closeness and togetherness. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
Good book. Good book.
Really been enjoying this run.
I decided to go back and read some classic shit. I read
I read this book years ago, and I love it.
Brubaker's Batman, The Man Who Laughs. It is just a take on the first Joker story.
Yeah, it's just a retelling of the first Joker story, but it's a really solid one that kind of like fixes a lot of the problems that just come from that story being an old done in one.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it just perfectly latches into continuity. It's really good. It's really solid. This is what I like when the Joker's at his best. He is chaotic and maniacal, and he will kill people, but he's not purposefully a serial killer.
Yeah, he's not like a completely sadistic jackass. Everything he does has a comedic point to it.
Yeah. Like, it works. It's really good. Fun noir, bits and bobs. It's just a really good Batman story.
Nice.
Yeah. I read Outsiders, number 2.
How's that going for you?
Hey, do you want some big, fun, weirdo, one and done stories? That's what you're getting right now.
That's cool.
Because basically, Batwoman goes like, "Hey, so I was on this mission to go to a storm that's been lasting for like 50 years off the coast of this one place. Um, and we did that, and there was monsters there, and it fucked all our shit up, and we had to be that all that information got classified. Should we go check it out?" And Fox is like, "You know what? That is weird. We should go check that out because that's what we do." So they go and they fucking run into the Challengers of the Unknown.
Yeah, I actually had that spoiled for me by Tumblr, but that's still really fucking cool that they did that.
But it's like new Challengers of the Unknown who are like super jock dickheads.
Yeah.
They're just like, "We kill monsters. Fuck you." It's fun. They dive down, they find the monster, and they realize, oh, this is a baby sea monster because all of its parents got killed by fucking Aquaman.
God damn it, Arthur.
And it's just sad and alone, and it's not hurting anybody, so we should just let it be. We should just let some mysteries of the world be, kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah. It's nice, it's good.
Neato.
Yeah. I also read issue 2 of Spine Tingling Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what happens in it. It's good. It was a bit ago when I read it. Yeah, no, I think he's just trying to deal with the creepy bullshit. He's in Silent Hill. It's Spider-Man in Silent Hill. That's what this book is.
All right. Sometimes that's all you got to do.
Yeah, it's a good horror book. Oh no, he runs into. Okay, I remember what happens. He's trying to get out of this whole horror situation. He runs into a building and he finds like J. Jonah Jameson and Aunt May and Mary Jane all strapped up in horror contraptions. And he goes like, "All right, cool. I'll get you. I'll save us all. I'll get us all out of here." While behind them, all three of them are just like have monster faces, and it's just like, "Oh no, Peter, you're in a bad situation." Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. Do you want to see Peter Parker go in Silent Hill? Here you go.
All right.
I read issue 9 of Superman Lost.
He doesn't look too lost anymore. It looks like he found something.
Well, he found out that Lois Lane has cancer and that Lex Luthor caused it.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like Lex is about to find himself in the middle of an ass beating.
Here's the thing. We see that several times in the book, but it's all Lex fantasizing.
What the fuck, dude?
Because he's going like, this is what Superman... any second now, Superman's going to come and kill me and prove me right and do all this kind of stuff, right? And he's going to be back to Superman, but he's going to be corrupted because he killed me and all this stuff. And it's just like, it doesn't happen. And Lex is going like, why the fuck isn't this happening? What the fuck? This should have happened already. And Superman and Lois just literally have a conversation of just like, hey, don't do it. Like, he gave you cancer, Lois. Yes, but don't do it. And all this kind of back and forth. And eventually, like, she's able to just talk to Luthor going like, hey, it didn't work. Just give me the cure because you also got bombarded. You also got hit by all that shit that give me cancer. Just give me the cure. And he's like, fine, here you go. Here's the fucking cure to your cancer.
Here's the cure to your cancer. I just love the image of Lex like mockingly going like.
And then the Green Lantern that Superman stepped up with in the 12 years has come to Earth. Pregnant.
God damn it. I immediately thought that.
Oh, and it's gonna be messy.
That's rough.
That's rough,
That's
buddy.
rough, Clark. That's what you get. You fucked around. Now you gonna find out.
And that's the last book we read.
Hey!
That's comics, everybody.
That's the podcast. We did it. We did it. Hooray!
Podcast. Hey, you want to tell the people where they can find you for 2 weeks?
I'm at the Vacuuminator.
All right, cool. Hi, I'm Boingo. I do a variety of things. I'm on twitch.tv /Boingo Writer. I'm on YouTube at Boingo Writer. For Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Boingo Writer, Boingo_Writer, one of those two. This has been Modular Media's No Price Podcast, where we talk comics, movies, merchandise, and more. But we also have 2 other podcasts. We have 2.
Sorry, I killed half of them.
You killed half. You Thanos snapped half our podcasts.
That's exactly what I fucking did, dude. Holy shit.
We have components where, for right now, Vac, I, Buster, and Snowcone, Cody, my good old friend Cody, will have we fuck around, we chat a bit, we have some fun, we goof around, we tell jokes, we freak out about bisexuality. You'll understand that joke in a bit after you listen to the episode. We also have Analytical Fanboys, where a member of the cast will pick a piece of media, make the others engage with it however it needs to be engaged with, and then we'll have a discussion about it. This month is going to be about Motor City, the Disney XD show, and I hope to see you round for that.
Yeah.
But
and don't forget, we got a special episode of Components coming up this Thursday, where myself and Cody are going to be counting down our top 10 favorite toys that we picked up this year.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. In the meantime, give us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I started watching it. It's so good.
Cool.
Hey, Vac, do you have anything else you want to tell the audience? Sometimes I'm glad Discord has audio compression, because then we don't have to worry about blowing the audience's eardrums out.
I didn't even yell it that loud.
Enough said. See you guys around.